Yuppie! 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 Yuppie!
I am the energy train and you are on board. Woo-hoo! Woo-hoo! Woo-hoo!
Happy 37 months. As always, happy to be part of this community. Lots of love to you, Marlene. Still so grateful that I found you and your community. Not to sound parasocial, but you have become a really good friend and I don't want to imagine a world where we haven't met. You're doing great, I promise. Love you, Sparks by Love.
Hello. Oh my god, still haven't fixed that. Oh, captions. Would you let me know if my microphone sounds normal today, because it did disconnect before stream. So I'm hoping it's all normal. The way Han said I promise, though, he made me tear up. You wrote the message, Chrissy. You wrote the message. Also hold your subs, please, because I need to talk to you. And I don't know, I'm feeling a little bad. But it's good to see all of you. Hello, thank you so much for the hype train and the support. I hope that some of you maybe even were able to grab at least some of the September discount. I don't know how it works this year. I think probably just on like new subs, or like if they ran out or something. But yeah. Okay, let's see. First of all, let's say hello to the early squad: Chrissy, Lena, Fia, MK, Kate, Sam, Angela, Lucy, and then I think we had a few more later on. Yeah, Mia and Daisy also got an early squad. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Happy Sunday. Haven't seen you in about 3 weeks. Is it 3 weeks? There were like 2 weeks in between, I think, with no stream. So I think it might have been, is that 3 weeks, or is that, I don't know. But I think there was the Gamescom week, and then I didn't stream last week because I did get the Gamescom bug. I was down with a cold, I want to say. And I was sounding very, actually I wasn't sounding that nasally, but I had like a pretty sore throat. So I was more like on the raspy side. But also more than anything, because I know you guys love that, so I could have streamed, but more than anything, it kind of was like uncomfortable to talk for like a long time. So yeah, no stream last week, but so it's been a hot second. You see, raspy, that's hot. Yeah, I would have done it too, just for, I guess, I don't know, fan service, community service. But you know. Also, just briefly, there were a bunch of follows since I streamed last, so thank you so much for all those. But there was also a brand new tier 1 sub from Fawn. In case you're seeing this at any point, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you for subscribing like off stream. B, wait. Does that not play? Oh my god, B, thank you so much for the raid though. Thank you also for the shout out from the mods. In case anyone doesn't know B yet, please drop a follow.
You mean 27 months.
B is very, 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 very kind. So yeah, make sure you drop a follow, check out one of the streams. You were probably playing Animal Crossing, right? What did I get? I'm spiraling. Ka-ching! That's a little too real. I don't like Twitch reading me like that. That feels very uncomfortable. Anyway. Anywho, B, thank you so much for the raid. I'm definitely still like going through catching up and all the stuff you Okay, great. I did just have a brief disconnect. Is that right? Okay, I should be maybe back. I don't know. Am I back? Yeah, Twitch didn't like you calling them out. Oh my god, you think so? Twitch was like, you shut up. Okay, great. See, this is actually kind of helping my point today though. I'm not gonna lie. Okay. So I was just saying thank you to Angela for the 17-month resub. Angela, thank you so much for the continued support for such a long time. I really appreciate it. Also, Daisy, thank you so much for the 5-month resub. I really appreciate that as well. Lena, I don't think your alert played, did it? I saw your name like pop up in chat. I look like so red and splotchy again. I saw your name pop up, but I don't think it played a sound. So I'm gonna just replay that for you in a second. MK, thank you so much. I feel so bad. You're gonna know why. But thank you so much for the tier 3 resub sub for 3 months in advance, and also for the 24-month resub. MK, that is a lot of support and I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for the 2 years. Thank you so much for the tier 3 and the 3 months in advance. That is more that is kinder than I deserve, really, I feel like. But thank you so much. Then Lena, who is red now. Oh. Are you red for the reason that I want to think you're red? Am I interpreting that a little too, or is that new mug? Oh, okay, I want to see. I don't see the mug. Oh, dang it. I saw the first badge. I interpreted something else. I'm not obsessed or anything. No. Anywho.
Dear diary, today this little baby chick pushed me and I was trying to catch a pufferfish and I got big mad. I got angry. You are the worst.
Angie. Lena, thank you so much for 2,000 bits. Holy crap. Thank you so much. That is so many bits. I really appreciate it. That was an intense trip that you did there. Thank you so much for the 2,000. Thank you. Then Fia came in with the 37-month resub. Holy heck. Also such a long time. Thank you so much, Fia, for the 37 months. Also very long support. Why does the internet hate the other boy again? Jeremiah? Oh my god, where do I even start? Yeah, he's a gaslighter, manipulator, he's a man-child. He is just a disgusting piece of trash. I'm sorry, but he really is. He really is. Like, a lot of times when there's like a love triangle, there's like good and bad parts to like both of the characters, and it really just comes down to kind of your, I don't know, and maybe like your trope preference or your personal preference or your taste in men or the chemistry or whatever. This time, Conrad is a horrible name. I actually kind of like it. I like Conrad and Connie and then Colin. All the, everyone starts with a C. Yeah, but this time, like, there is in my opinion, objectively, wow, there is a right and a wrong choice, and the people that still haven't understood that, I feel a bit bad for, because it makes me question the type of people that they have in their lives and the type of actions that they accept. Anywho, that's a different topic. Chrissy, thank you so much for the 56 months. Hello. Thank you so much for the 56 months at tier 2 and being a mod and all this stuff. Thank you for the freaking sappy message. That was very kind. I'm not gonna cry. I don't want to cry today. I'm gonna say that. We'll see how well that works. It wouldn't be the first time. But anywho, I really appreciate you. Thank you, Chrissy. I haven't caught a stream for months. It's so nice to be back. Daisy, it's good to have you here. Sounds crisp as always. Good. Sounds good, I think. Okay, awesome. Also, enjoy you playing Wildflowers. Have fun, have fun. Okay, let's see. I didn't write a sappy message on purpose not to make you cry. Thank you, Fia. Thank you. Ink and Lucy and Shona, welcome on in. Phoenix, welcome on in. Hello. And then B came in with the raid and also the 27-month resub. I really appreciate it. That's also such a long time. Oh my gosh. Last stream category, Animal Crossing. Oh yeah, wait, I didn't ask you what you were doing. What did I? If you want to be also, if you have to raid and run, like take care of yourself. I don't even know if you're still here. But make sure you take care of yourself. If you want to share what you did, we'd love to hear, but also no pressure, please. But thank you so much for hopping over here after your stream. I'm nervous because you said we need to talk, Malian. I know. I'll get straight to it after I've said hello to everyone, okay? Because yeah. Daisy, thank you so much for the 100 bits also. I appreciate it. Oh yeah, wait, B said it. We made a lot of progress with the landscaping and stuff, and all buildings and inclines are now in their final spot, so I can actually start decorating. Hello. Okay, that's amazing. That is good progress. And also, I kind of stopped in my thinking, Daisy, thank you for the 100 bits. I appreciate it. I got, what is that? Ugh, mood. Oh, also accurate. Yeah. Oh my god, that is my life at the minute. That emo that's just like ugh, mood. Actually, no, mine is more like I'm just sad. Anyway. Okay, let's see. Now I need to decide where to start with decorating. Oh my god, yeah. Yeah. There are no good names in The Summer I Turned Pretty. Yeah. It's all kind of a mess, isn't it? I mean, Belly, like, it's not even a love triangle because if it was, it would be incestuous. Conrad and Jeremiah are brothers. Yeah. I mean, so were Damon and Stefan in Vampire Diaries, right? It all just, it's, God, imagine in real life. That'd be so messy and uncomfortable. Oh my gosh. I read the books years ago, loved the first one, disliked the other ones because of the love triangle thing. I see. Yeah, it is a bit painful, I'm not gonna lie. It is a lot of, like, if you're rooting for, in my opinion, the right team, it is a bit painful. But yeah, also the last episode I thought was kind of not good. And there's like only 2 left now and everyone's kind of freaking out about the pacing. In case you don't know what we're talking about and would like to, by the way, we're talking about The Summer I Turned Pretty, which I just recently started watching, like maybe like 3 weeks ago, and I'm completely like obsessed with it. Like weirdly unhealthy obsessed with it once again. This is like Bridgerton 2.0, which also, by the way, has been apparently sort of announced for January or something, but it's not like official sources just yet. But like a magazine, some magazine said it or something. I don't know. You're welcome. Yeah, actually, you know what made me watch it? I saw the clip, the Bonrad clip from the flashback, you know, before the prom. You know what I'm talking about. I saw that one on Twitter, which kind of was the first, because I saw people talking about it on Twitter a lot, but I was like always like whatever. And then I saw this clip and I was like, ooh, the chemistry is chemistrying. And then I was like inclined to start it. And then I feel like you probably pushed me, or yeah, some of you pushed me over the edge. Probably you. Someone else watched it. Yeah. A Fashion Roses, welcome on in. Most love triangles or love angles versus acutes? Oh my god, I don't know what that means, Chrissy. It went on for far too long. Yeah, maybe I'd like the shows better. I don't know, actually, because the problem, it does go on for too long. And yeah, for I don't know. I feel like it's if you're a writer, you know, and there's one couple that you want to end up together, but you spend like the entire time just kind of doing like a back and forth and actually having like them being with other people sort of, and they only get together in like the last 10 pages or so. It's a bit weird, isn't it? And I feel like the show is kind of the same, I feel like. So yeah, it's painful. And also Rosie, welcome on in. Welcome to the chat. I hope you're doing well today. And Kat, welcome on in. Hello. But speaking of The Summer I Turned Pretty, I love To All the Boys I Loved Before. Yeah, me too. And I love Exo Kitty. I know some people don't like that show for some reason, but probably because it's a bit cringy, but I kind of like it. I thought it was very fun. I'm looking forward to the new season. Jenny Han just never misses. She brings out that inner teen girl in you like no other. Yeah, that's true. That is so true. All right, you know what? I'm gonna get straight into it. I don't know, like, if we're pretty early on in the stream, but I mean, people are gonna hear about it if they want to, and if not, then that's just as well. I'm not gonna like beat around the bush because I don't know. Essentially, I'm gonna explain a bit about like my decisions and stuff, but essentially I'm gonna be taking a bit of a step back from streaming and from content creation in general, which is why I like feel a bit bad that some people did like a new sub or like a sub in advance, because I don't think there will be many streams in the next weeks and months to follow. I don't No, just yet. So I feel like maybe this is gonna come out a little bit, or come out of the blue a little bit, although also not really, because I feel like the last time I talked to you, I was like mentioning some stuff here and there, but I was mostly fine, and then I kind of disappeared for 3 weeks, going to Gamescom, being sick and all that stuff, and kind of like I'm coming back and just kind of dropping that. But I think, you know, to those of you who've been here before, and maybe also been here often before, you know that I've been like, I feel like especially this year, I've been really struggling with streaming and kind of my schedule. And I don't know, I keep like periodically, pun intended, going back into this like spiral of why am I doing this? And like this kind of just loop of like being unsure about it. I like actually took some notes today, but I'm gonna like completely start my way through this. But yeah, I feel like it's, you know, it's gotten very like exhausting for me, and I'm just kind of sad that I keep going back into this loop. But I also think like obviously for you as a viewer, that's not really fun. Like you don't come here to listen to me talk about my struggles with streaming and content creation, and I feel like that's not really fair. But so my plan, I did think about perhaps like calling September like sort of my last month of streaming, and then kind of like taking an indefinite hiatus. But I did think like that's what I told my mods about a week ago, that would maybe be my plan. I think I'm gonna go in a bit of a different direction, and I'm gonna say that just going forward, I'm not gonna like stream every week, and I'm not gonna have like a schedule anymore. I kind of don't want to stop completely, because I do think I would really miss the community itself. Like I've kind of mentioned this before, it's like every time I am actually here and streaming, I do tend to have fun like 95% of the time. And so I think I'd like to kind of just check in every once in a while maybe, and then maybe like we're gonna schedule some streams here and there, and then just do whatever I'm in the mood for or something. But I guess I'm not.
Hello and happy Sunday.
Ooh, wow, that music. I guess I'm just not gonna call myself like a streamer anymore. Like I think maybe the chapter is just kind of over in some ways. I'm sad for me, but happy for you if this is what you need. The problem is I don't know, Lucy. I don't know if it is. Yeah. I don't know if it's like interesting to anyone. I feel the need. I'm not gonna cry. I'm manifesting not crying. It's not gonna work, I think. But I feel the need to kind of explain myself. I know that a lot of you are probably gonna be like, you don't need to explain. If that's what you want to do, then go for it. But I still kind of feel like I need to, and I want to explain. So yeah. Pia, welcome on in. Thank you so much for the 51 months. I came into serious talk, it sounds like. Yeah, a little bit. So every month I get hormonal. If you know, you know. The music is too happy. I need like a dramatic sad soundtrack. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, especially every month when I get like very hormonal, I feel like it's when my brain and my thoughts about this are kind of the loudest. But I think that from the get-go, I've always kind of struggled a bit with content creation, in the sense that I feel like I'm not really made for it. Like, oh my god, I should have done like a detailed kind of structure to this, because I don't know how to really go through all the points. But so okay, on the one hand, this year I just kind of struggled with my schedule a lot because of like my part-time job as well.
Never beating the always subbed allegations, except that one time I messed up.
We don't
I
talk about
fully
that time.
understand the hiatus thoughts, and I'm always happy to support you in any decision or route you're taking, even if it turned very quiet. Hux X.
Oh, Hux X. Hans was struggling with that one. Annika, it is very, very good to read you. Thank you so much for the 54 months at tier 2. That is ridiculous. Thank you so much. But yeah, so I started working for Spellgarden last year, and I feel like ever since then I've kind of gone back and forth on adjusting my schedule with videos as well as streams. And I think I'm not good at kind of keeping a balance. I think other people are much better about this and kind of have their life more in control than I do, but I really do struggle with it because on the one hand, it's like 2 part-time jobs that kind of demand some creativity and some energy. And then also I'm horrible when it comes to comparing myself to other people. And I know I shouldn't, but it's really hard not to. And so I kind of constantly find myself in like thought spirals of like, oh, you know, but like this person is able to publish that many videos or like stream that many times. And like, oh my God, this new game just released and they're immediately streaming it. And I always kind of like, I never managed to do that. Like I always kind of fell short in my own eyes, which is stupid. And I've been constantly trying to kind of find my balance and constantly trying to sort of keep up my amount of like streams and videos. But you know as well as I do that I wasn't really good at that. And I think especially this year, I've been very like vocal about not really handling it super well. I kind of, yeah, sometimes I thought about maybe Sunday streams are like the problem and maybe I just need to stream a different day. And then I went like from 2 days to 1 day already. And then I thought maybe I need to stream on a different day. I think I talked about this before August, maybe. Then sometimes I thought maybe it's just the time of day, like maybe I just need to stream earlier in the day because I spend like Sunday in freeze mode and I always like wait until kind of the stream starts. And then, you know, it was like this time freeze mode, ADHD, whatever problem. Then it was like what I streamed. Like I always thought, or I always feel like I need to sort of stream Animal Crossing because that's what I started with. It's what I like streaming. But then also at the same time, whenever I did end up playing Animal Crossing, I never felt like I did enough. Like I never really managed to decorate much. So I thought, oh my God, that was like a failed stream. And then it took me forever to complete Islands. And then I saw a lot of other people kind of venture in different games. So I was like, oh, I should do different games. But then I never managed to actually stream them when they're like freshly released. Because either I'll be tied up in some other work maybe, or just because I'm not in the mood for it that day, or whatever else like the reason might be. And then I feel like, oh my God, I'm too late. Like I already had this when I first started making YouTube videos and people did like new content about the update. I was always so impressed how people were able to create videos so quickly after like a new update dropped, and I was never able to do it. And then I had like this intense fear of missing out and this intense like feeling of failure in a sense. And I think a lot of like people who are into content creation can maybe sort of relate to this. It's like constant comparing yourself and like the need to always be online and always need to be like posting stuff. And I feel like since I started working for Spellgarden, this got like a lot worse because I would log off and then still do stuff for my own channel, and then I started like tracking my hours, which I think before that I didn't really do. And like there were a lot of weeks when I worked for like 60 or 70 hours, which is obviously not healthy. And I will say like a lot of that is also my hobby, so it never really felt that much like I was working that much. And I don't know if the results were actually correlating really well with the hours, but it's still kind of I don't know. I just can't really shut my brain off, which is just not good. And I think that I've been going into sort of like a burnout, or maybe I'm starting to, I'm not sure. Yeah. And so I feel like I just need to kind of, I need to like I feel like I'm not talking about this in like a good way. I'm not bringing like the points across that I want to, but I just feel like I need to kind of step back. Like I said, I don't want to completely stop streaming because I do think I would miss it, but I'm gonna take like the entire, I'm streaming every Sunday. I'm gonna take that completely away, and I'm just gonna stream like if I'm feeling like it. Maybe sometimes that means spontaneous streams, or maybe I'll be sitting here on a random Wednesday and be like, oh, you know what, this week I'd like to stream. So like, you know, Sunday, 5 p.m. or something, I'll be there. And yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go through a couple of messages and then kind of loop around my head and see what other things I wanted to mention. I'm so sorry. Next time I'm gonna actually, I say this every time I have like a serious conversation, which just shows like I have these too often. I literally have these way too often. But next time I do need to just flesh out my points exactly in the order that I need to go through them because this is a mess. Okay, let's see. I could just surprise stream now and then. If you do, I'll definitely be there. Yeah, because I think maybe, you know, growing on Twitch is like weird. And I think at the start, like my channel grew really quickly. But then maybe like the novelty has worn off, like both for you and for me. And I kind of, I don't have like the mental capacity and the energy to make every stream like super unique and special. And so I feel like it's always this like same thing again and again. And maybe I just, yeah, I don't know. Like I've been streaming for like over 4.5 years now. Maybe I've just like said all that I had to say, you know? It sounds good that you would only stream whenever it feels good for you, whenever you want to share things with us. Yeah. I'm okay if you just come on and talk, but you have to do what's best for you. That's so nice. That's so nice. Thank you, Angela. Seems like I'm rewatching the Neverland VODs again. Oh, with Anika's resub message. Yeah. I was actually thinking about you yesterday, Anika, because I was thinking about working on. It was like an entire thought chain. I was like thinking about Animal Crossing, I think like probably which video, what stream or whatever. And then I was like, oh, I should work on Sorbet again. And I was like, oh yeah, Sorbet is like a mini island. And then I thought about the fact that I never like showed Clover on YouTube. And then I kept thinking about like mini islands and the concept. And then I thought of you. And then today you're here. I feel like I manifested that. I'm gonna choose to believe I manifested that. Keeping a balance is not easy, so I completely understand the overwhelm factor of it all. Yeah. Having 2 part-time jobs is way more load than 1 full-time job. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, comparing jobs is so weird because, like, objectively speaking, I don't really have hard jobs, you know? Like, both of my jobs are, like, things I really love doing, and I get to do them from, like, the comfort of my own room. And there's people out there who work like much harder jobs than I do. But yeah, I mean, just because someone is like person A is struggling doesn't mean person B cannot struggle and all that stuff. So, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like just my brain can't do it. And I think that, you know, like creative burnout and all that stuff is kind of a thing. I kind of hate that I'm not good at communicating this right now. And it's really driving me up the wall. Is it Auntie Taylor? Welcome on in. Thank you. Also, Fragnan, welcome on in. Hello, Paulina, welcome on in. I'll be there later. Sounds good. No worries. Sounds like you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself. Yeah. And it's so annoying, right? Because like I know that I am and I know that it's stupid. And if like someone else came to me and told me all of this, I'd be like, you know, you're putting too much pressure on yourself. I would give them like a lot of advice because I'd be like, oh, you know, obviously, blah, blah. But I can't do that for myself. Isn't that stupid? Why are people like that? Why are people like that? Honestly, I'm flaky AF and I never ever think about when you upload and or stream. I'm just happy when I see a notification with your name pop up on my phone. But again, I totally understand having to try a break and see what happens. I just hope you'll come back. Yeah, I think I will. I also did think a bit about like YouTube versus Twitch plans, which I can talk about in like a second. So I'm like I don't plan on disappearing. I'm just gonna like really dial back the kind of amount of streams. I'm saying amount because I really haven't been streaming that much, but I'm just gonna try to really take this like, okay, I'm streaming every Sunday. I'm trying to post a video every 1 or 2 weeks or something. I'm like trying to just delete this thought out of my head and then just see it more as a hobby again. Yeah, I don't know. With that amount of hours, the stress for sure had to be ramping up, and burnout would be the next thing that could happen down the line. So seeing that and stepping back a bit to get better is absolutely the right thing to do. Yeah, I hope that I'm not gonna, because I feel like I've been at this point a few times and I tried to kind of take like smaller measures. And then I feel like I always sort of failed because I could feel it getting like a tiny bit better. And then I was like, I dove right back in. And then I feel like I didn't, it made everything like go back to like the bad spot that I was in before. Does that make sense? I hope I'm not going to do that this time. One thing I will say that I hope is helpful is that I have always found your videos to be really high quality and well thought out. And when they come out or how close they are to releases, it's pretty much immaterial to how good your videos are. Oh my god, Daisy, that is very kind. Daisy. Thank you, Lena. I know it's hard to manage, but finding a good therapist could probably be beneficial for you. Yeah. But no pressure, of course. Remember, I don't know you that well. It's tough, right? Because, kind of same thing. I would recommend this to someone else, and like objectively, I know that it would really help. But a lot of times I find myself being like, oh, you know what? But I kind of know what the problem is, right? And like, there's probably other people who need a therapist like much more than I do. And I don't want to take like that spot away, or like, you know, I'll be fine or whatever. And then I'm just delusional. And now that you have a steady income stream, I feel like streaming and content creation should be viewed as a hobby and something you do for fun, but not a job. Take the pressure off of yourself. Yeah, I think my ego is kind of the problem with that, because so the one part of it is I do have a steady income stream, but it is also only a part-time job, so it's not like a super high income stream, and it doesn't you know, pay enough for me to also take care of like my future, if that makes sense. And like the city that I live in, unfortunately, is quite expensive. And so like my rent and like my utilities and all that stuff like eats up a lot of, I feel like, my income. So that alone kind of isn't really enough, which is like still kind of, even though it's like lessened a lot, I feel like it's definitely made it so much better to like being a full-time content creator. That was like horrible for me personally. So I feel like it's gotten a lot better, but there's still like this little nagging voice being like, you can't stop completely though, because that's not gonna last. That's not gonna be enough. And the second thing is, it is also a job in the gaming department, gaming niche, and that is not a very stable part to work. Like, that's not a very stable market, I want to say, because like a lot of studios will at some point like close down, because it's really hard to predict how your studio is going to do. And so I'm always kind of like keeping an eye open for, not for different jobs, but like just keeping an eye on like the future and being like, I don't think I'm going to do this like 5 years from now. Like, I don't know, but I don't think so. And so that, I feel like that just kind of adds a little bit of pressure in the back of my mind, if that makes sense. But I do agree with you that it should take some pressure off. And I feel like I've been kind of standing in the way of that myself because of my ego, because I've always, you know, if you start making content and then it kind of starts doing like okay-ish, where people are perceiving it and interacting, and you're suddenly like, oh my god, if people see it and like interact with it and stuff, like it's much more fun. And then there's always this like, you want to make it, which I don't even know what that means. So yeah, I think my ego has been the problem, if that makes sense. Again, I'm so sorry I'm not better at communicating this. I'm never going to be an early adopter, so I really appreciate streamers starting games after the initial buzz is passed. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm good. Honestly, I'm the same. I still have not. It's been literally a month now. It is the 7th of September, and the 7th of August was the day that all the cozy games came out. But I still have not played Tiny Bookshop. Is the Seat Taken, which both came out that day. I have both of them in my Steam library. Haven't played them yet. I also have Discounty, which came out on like the 20th something ish. I haven't played that just yet. So honestly, same. I always like play games much later on. I'm so sorry you feel that way. Do what you gotta do. I love your videos, but it's better if you're happy with them too and not burn out. Thank you, Rosie. Yeah. Thank you. Ah. The mental load of doing jobs that are so dependent on public opinion, social interaction is freaking hard. Give yourself some credit. You're doing so much. Okay, let me snooze that ad for like a little bit. Yeah. And I'm not gonna lie to you. I think part of like my burnout, like part of my mood, there's like two parts to it. Part of my mood is always like kind of dictated by how well my content does, which is terrible. And I'm really trying to not check up on my numbers that often and stuff, but like when a video just does like really well, you suddenly get this sort of like high and like, oh my God, that was so nice. Like, okay, I want to start creating like the next video. And then when things like just flop really bad, I can easily go into that kind of like, okay, well, what's the point? You know? That's like one side of it. The second side of it is I feel like part of my entire, I want to say fatigue, honestly. Like I'm just very exhausted by the world. And it's just really, it's really annoying to be online and to, I don't know. This is okay. These are the frustrated tears now. I feel like it's very exhausting, and I hope that many of you can relate to this, not because I want you to feel the same feelings that I'm feeling, but because if you are, that tells me that this community is, you know, awesome. But I feel like it's very exhausting right now to be online because everything is filled with AI and assholes that don't give a crap about like the value of people's lives and their rights. And yeah, just, I don't know, the internet is exhausting, you guys. So, you know, and I'm spending too much like time online already, but then adding like all the social media and like the opinions and like, especially I feel like the AI stuff is kind of getting to me as like a content creator as well, because I'm not using it, but then oftentimes I can tell I'm just like I'm not able to keep up. I'm not. And I don't know if this is maybe like me giving up or something, but yeah. Remember that hard is subjective. Burnout is exhausting. Being people facing is also exhausting. Yeah. I also, you know what? I don't know if I'm like the right person to be here with like a face cam and everything. I don't know if I'm someone who wants to be perceived, but I am being perceived so often. So yeah. Yeah, maybe sometimes I kind of want like a job where I just sit in like a back office somewhere, just like typing like really repetitive things or something, just never showing my face ever anywhere. I already gave you my 2 cents about this whole thought process, viewers, when you first told Dad, but I just have to repeat how proud I am of you for taking this step. It's a difficult decision, and I know it's been plaguing you a lot, but I'm glad that you're taking this step for yourself. And on a plus note,
hello everyone. Don't know what I'm coming into, but I hope everyone is doing okay, including you, Marlena.
On a plus note, we get to gaslight you about another stream break / hiatus that never happened. Great. I'm so looking forward to that. Maybe not. Maybe I'll come online often enough for you to not be able to gaslight me. We'll see. On that note, also, by the way, I would still very much like to do the like peak stream with my mods. I think we don't have like a date for it, but I think what I maybe like to do is I'd like to talk to my mods, and we're gonna figure out a couple of dates where all of us could be there, and then maybe we put them to like a poll, put them to like a vote on Discord. Or, you know, obviously if we only come up with like one date, then that's just gonna be the stream. But so I still like Oh my god. OBS hates me today. Why does OBS? This is kind of part of the problem too. This isn't making it like easier and or more fun, you know? Like the tech issues. No full crash? Okay. Yeah, that might have been OBS or Twitch. My OBS does want an update at some point, so I maybe need to do that soon. And I do know that like Twitch has been having some real problems this past week, so it might have been both. But yeah, I was reading Daisy's message, and they said the amount of self-direction you need to work from home and be creative and keep on top of 2 schedules and be self-employed is insane. You need a rest. And I was just saying that you guys are way too understanding. I do appreciate it though. I do appreciate it. Also, Miguel's, yeah, thank you so much for your Prime resub for 48 months. That is a very, very long time. Thank you so much. Every stream is unique and special. Thank you. You should absolutely just stream when you feel like it and stream whatever you feel like. It shouldn't be so stressful. It should be fun. Yeah. Because also, like, you know, at the start, like both streams and videos kind of started like that. I was just like so excited to share like Animal Crossing and share like my island and just connect with others who had the same hobby. And then it kind of turned into this like periodic, like just like, oh, I need to stream today. And then it was like, oh, okay, what do I do? And not this like, oh my God, I want to play this or that, or I want to share this or that. Like, when can I do it? You know? You're still going to be here when you do stream, so don't feel guilty or get upset. Please, your mental health has to come first. I've never felt like you haven't done enough during any stream. So much happens in your stream, so please try to dispel that thought. Thank you, Shoda. Yeah, obviously I don't want this to be like an ad in progress. I'm so sorry. I don't want this to be like a fishing for compliments either. Because I know you guys are too nice. And, you know... Now I have to stop. Creativity is more tiresome than doing a job that requires just a few actions. Your creativity needs a huge refill. Whether or not you'll come back regularly is entirely up to you. I'm objectively doing a harder job than I did when I was studying full-time, but it feels much easier for me. Oh, yes, some days it can be taxing on my body, but it hasn't left me feeling nearly as shitty as going to uni did. Oh my God, that is interesting. I'm glad, first of all, that, you know, the job that you're working now isn't making you feel poopy, because it shouldn't. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm honestly just going through like some, I think like burnout combined with like a very hormonal sort of induced depression period. Like just, the world just feels kind of ugh, right now, you know? I struggle a lot with recognizing my work as a real job because it doesn't look like the ones you do. So that other people need it more. My therapist said, you are here because you're struggling with something. I'm here to help. Everything else is irrelevant. Oh my God. That is so nice. I'm still too hormonal for this. For this. Gaming niche is also super expensive with consoles, PC updates, games, etc. Yeah. Yeah. I never created content to your extent, only occasionally posted on Instagram, but taking a step back and stop posting was the best thing I could have done. I felt similar to how you do right now. I constantly compared myself to others, got upset at numbers not being what I want them to be, etc, etc. It annoyed me and stopped me from doing what I enjoy. Same with my fanfiction writing career. I just stopped when I felt like I was approaching the breaking point, and I've never earned any money with what I did, so it's another huge stress factor added to your situation, but you'll be fine, I'm sure of it. Thank you. Yeah, but like, I mean, isn't there this like saying like comparison is the thief of joy? And it's so true. Like, so often I kind of find myself thinking like, oh, you know, they've been streaming only for like 2 years, and like look where they are compared to me. And then I try to kind of catch those thoughts. I'm like, wait, no, obviously. But yeah, it's hard. It's hard. Yeah, on that note, actually, I don't know if I've said this before on stream. I actually ended up purchasing a gaming laptop because so I was very lucky. I was lucky enough that Spellgarden actually paid for my new PC this year, which was ridiculously nice. But so I did have like some money saved up that I thought I was going to need for a PC. And after contemplating, and then I got like my sister's old laptop because mine broke and it was like too expensive to fix. And then I got my sister's old one, but that one is really, when I tell you I opened like one browser window and my CPU went to like 100% and the laptop like you weren't able to click anything anymore. That's how bad it was. And I just really couldn't do anything. And so I thought about it for like a while, back and forth. And then I actually decided to purchase myself a gaming laptop. And it's in the living room, like on yeah, I've talked about this before because I never know what the name is for like the sofa table, you know what I mean? And I've just been sitting there and like playing. I was like, oh, you know, should I start a new game or should I just like play Stardew Valley? I started playing Stardew Valley. I'm very into the grind. I have a coffee table. Thank you. I'm always missing the coffee part of it. And I started like a new save file and I'm going for perfection. I'm in year 2, end of summer, I think. And I just entered the walnut room. Like it's going pretty well, I would say. And I've been very into it. I've been very much grinding. And like the amount of joy, and this is no means like supposed to sound bad to you because like I'm going to compare this to stream, but like the amount of joy I've felt just playing this game for myself is ridiculous. I need to still test my laptop and see if it like runs like harder games than Stardew like as well, because Stardew is nice and fine, but Stardew also runs on like a toaster oven, so we'll see. But just playing that for myself without narrating, without like the obligation.
Hello, just wanted to pop in and share this, and now I'm back lurking. Had a long weekend, so
Oh,
sleeping
yes.
it is.
Yeah, go sleep. Lexi, thank you so much for the 4 months. I appreciate it. Thank you for lurking and enjoy your sleep. Don't disrespect the Switch like that. Wait, does it not run? It runs on, oh, because it's a toaster oven. Is the Switch Lite the toaster oven? Got it. Yeah, but just like without narrating, without kind of like, you know, the obligation to be like, ooh, I'm like in the mood for this game, but no, I should wait until stream happens. Or like Coral Island, I've played on stream and then I always wait for like a week until I play again, which I know you're gonna be like, Malene, you don't have to do that. We keep telling you just enjoy the game for yourself. My brain doesn't really work like that. That's why like I'm trying to take that like, or draw that line for my brain now and be like, okay, I'm not a streamer anymore. I just stream sometimes for fun and then we just do whatever, cause whatever. And yeah, I'm just trying to kind of find, because I feel like I've kind of lost touch and I've lost my joy for gaming a little bit here and there, which isn't true because I still love it. But like the act of actually playing a game sometimes feels more tedious than joyful, if that makes sense. Also in the week after Gamescom, when I was like sick and I wasn't really able to do anything, and we took some time off at Spellgarden because all of us were sick. I was just like, suddenly, you know, I bought myself a crochet hook. Now you're gonna ask if I've already tried it out. I have not. I have these dreams of at some point in my life making myself a granny square cardigan. So I actually went to a craft store. I got myself a crochet hook and a little bit of wool. And then I also got myself like some tools and supplies to maybe start a scrapbook. And I was like, suddenly I was like thinking about these creative hobbies again, which I feel like also I usually don't really have the time and or energy to do, because all my thoughts are kind of tied up in content things. And yeah, I haven't done either the crocheting or the scrapbooking, but it is possible now. I don't know. Okay, I'm weird. The world and the internet are such scary places right now. Yeah, right? It's become so disgusting and frustrating. After hard days, I refuse to go in any comment section or interact with controversial content. It's so bad for my mental health. Yes. Same. Also, Sate, welcome on in. I was scared of the ominous we need to talk. How's it going? What's the news? The news, I'm so sorry if that took me a while to get to and there was a crash in between. But the news is basically that I'm kind of stepping back from like being a streamer and being a content creator, and I'm trying to take away all of the, you know, okay, it's crashing for me again, isn't it? Oh, maybe we might be back. Hold on. Gosh, OBS and Twitch hate me today. They're like, you want to stop streaming? They're not even earning that much money with me. Like, calm down, please. Like, I'm not the one that you should silence if they're trying to take a step back, okay? This must be so stressful. I'm crying, laughing right now. I'm like a little annoyed, but I'm also just like, you know what? You know what? I can hear you and see you. Okay, nice. Yeah, this time it didn't like disconnect. It just kind of dropped like 700,000 gazillion frames. Anywho, I was saying to say it and to everyone also, the news is basically just gonna be like, okay. The news is basically that I'm just going to take a step back from streaming and content creation, specifically as like a job, in the sense that I will not be saying like, I will not have like a schedule. I will not stream every Sunday or post a video every whatever. But instead I'm just gonna, yeah, if I'm going to come online, that's great. So, you know, what is it? Turn on the bell. What do people say usually? Turn on notifications. Yeah, I guess truthfully, if you want to like hear when streams are happening, either, yeah, turn on notifications or Discord. I feel like I still post it on Discord. And yeah, Discord. But yeah, I'm gonna take this more as it comes, because I'm exhausting myself essentially, and I'm trying to, there's like, yeah, I'm putting like pressure on all the wrong parts, and I'm trying to take that away again, find my joy for like the gaming part of it, and then let like the streaming part kind of come back to me maybe. Yeah. As my first stream I've come to, I'm feeling these same feelings you are and totally understand where you're coming from. I just wanted to let you know your videos have been helping me through a lot with my health and depression, and I literally watch your long plays every night to go to sleep. I love her content, and no matter where you go with it, you've helped so many people. I'm not sure if you're still here for Mizo with the stream crashes, but that is a very, very kind message. Thank you so much for saying that. Thank you. Not today of all days, OBS. I know. I know. Please just also remember you will live past this. 20 years ago, your life looked very different. So it probably also will 20 years from now. You got this. Thank you. I hope. I don't even want to picture what the world will look like in 20 years at the rate we're going. But yeah, true. We're not too nice. We're the amount of nice you deserve. Chrissy, stop being so nice. Stop being so wholesome. Are you being treated right? I'm so sorry. I didn't respond to your message in the mod chat, Chrissy, but are you being treated right? Is this like the effect of just, you know, just radiating kindness? Not that you aren't usually, but you know, you might not be fishing for them, but we're going to throw them at you anyways. I'm so sad that I'm missing this fully as I want to say so much stuff, but I will watch the VOD and message you later. No need for a response, of course. My last day, my parents, my grandma's here, so we're gonna go out for dinner in a bit. Paulina Joy. Yeah, no worries. If you have thoughts about this, you know, feel free to message me. Feel free to put it in like the YouTube comments. Feel free to post it on Discord. I'm open to chatting with you. I feel like this is also like, because I've been like stretching myself too thin, I've been like, so I've been stretching myself too thin because I have 2 jobs, with Spell Garden job and then my own content creation, and then there's like streams and videos, and then also like other hobbies and other hyperfixations like entered the chat. Like I got obsessed with Bridgerton in the meantime. I got obsessed with The Summer I Turned Pretty in the meantime. I've randomly been thinking of picking up different hobbies. I don't know. And then so I feel like I've been stretching myself too thin to the point where like I've been neglecting my friends and my family, and also like just chatting on Discord. I feel like I've just rarely have the energy to really do that. So who knows? Maybe we'll be a bit more active on there, you know? While you think you're fishing for compliments, I believe you help more people than you know through their struggles and unknowingly spend time when it was needed most. That's a pretty big achievement in my books. I'm not wearing makeup today, so any type of blushing that I do, any type of stressed flushing that I do is going to be very obvious. And I hate that. But yeah. Oh my gosh. I appreciate it. It's very surreal sometimes. It's very, because I know what that's like. Having had other people's content to help me through like hard times. It's very surreal to think that I got to do that for people. Okay. But yeah. It's a very nice thought. Whenever I open Steam, you're playing Stardew. I know, it's a problem. It's a problem. It's because for the last week, I was just like ultra sad most of the time. And then as soon as I stopped working, I like basically played Stardew and also just thought about my life. Yeah, so I've been playing a lot. I'm hopeful that recategorizing yourself as not a streamer in your mind will be helpful in finding some peace. That's the best type of crochet hook. It is ergonomic. Is that a brand? Prim ergonomic? I don't know. Oh, it is. Oh my god, did I buy like some really good stuff? That is a Prim ergonomic. Daisy, you know your stuff. I have no idea what I'm doing, right? I don't even know, like I've never crocheted anything ever. Yeah, maybe I can chat about like the hobby plans for a second. Oh yeah, but you know, we've had this happen before where like sometimes I picked up certain hobbies and then I thought about like, oh, I should make content out of this. I watched this video where people are like talking about like how there's the need to kind of turn everything into content these days, and it's like really detrimental to the hobby itself. And it was like, oh my god, I feel this a little bit too much. And then I always kind of put some things aside for like, oh, maybe I should do that on stream. I'm also not going to do that. What I will do then maybe sometimes is kind of just chat about like my weird hobby plans or something. But I'm not actually gonna record or like turn it into content. We're just gonna chat about it maybe. I love crochet. It's so good for my overthinking. Okay, I'm hopeful. Scrapbooking is such a hole I fell into. I think I would too, maybe. I'm procrastinating because I want to include like pictures with it too. I can talk about that in a second. But I want to include pictures and I'm procrastinating printing out the pictures. So I haven't started it yet, but I'm excited. Hell yeah, you're weird. Imagine how boring life would be if you weren't. If you need any help with crocheting, feel free to text me, please. I'd love to help you get started. Ooh, I might. Oh gosh. Oh, what is that? Back as... Is it OF fan? My brain wants to say that. I kind of hope it's maybe not, but welcome on in. Thank you for the follow. I'm more a knitter though. I cannot crochet for the life of me. I hope I'm gonna be able to do it. I've never done any crocheting ever, but I really want to learn. Scrapbooking and journaling has been so good for my brain. It's like a vent. Yes. Yes. Okay, then we had to disconnect. Okay. Love our Discord, by the way, even though I never really post anything myself. I would love for it to, you know, be a bit more active here and there again, but sometimes I struggle with like the organization and also the organization, and then having different hyperfixations doesn't make it easier because I don't want to create a channel for like crochet stuff, for example, when in like 2 weeks I'm going to be over it, you know? You got obsessed with Bridgerton? I never heard of that. Oh. Every time I see you playing Stardew, I think, oh, I should also play some Stardew again. And then I open Baldur's Gate 3. Hey, but you enjoy that then, right? It's the same for me though. Life is busy, but I'd love to hang out on Discord again if you feel like it someday. I'm always open to just hanging out in voice chat and laughing or crying together. Still consider you a good friend. We've been through so much. I still love you. I'll message you tomorrow while I'm on the train. Yeah, sounds good. That sounds good. Oh my god, Paulina, I'm not sure if you're still gonna hear this. At Gamescom in the like artist hall, I took a picture, I think. Did I take a picture? I think I followed them on Instagram. I did something to keep track of them because they had the freaking cutest cow prints and I wanted to desperately send it to you, which I haven't done yet, but God, it screamed Paulina to me. Absolutely agreeing with that you help so many people with your content thing, but I also want to say that it is not your responsibility to be there for everyone. Your well-being and your joy of life or life take priority over anything else, just in case your head is deciding to be mean about that. Thank you. If you haven't already, it might be worth looking into PMDD. What is that? What is that? Hell yeah, I'm a crochet nerd. I even did academic research on it. Wait, I love that. I love that. What? I will so get into knitting this winter. I'm determined. I've never done it except for when my mom tried to teach me and failed, and I failed miserably, but I'm confident I can learn. Maybe. Yes, you can. Yeah, I mean, there's so many videos, right? Yeah, we can do it. We can do it. The idea of someone saying, wow, nice scarf, me being like, thanks, I made it. Sounds amazing. Lucy, that's me too. Okay. I also want to just, because they're really cute, like granny square sweaters or something, right? Or like cardigans. But like the thought of at some point wearing it and someone being like, oh my God, that looks so cute. Where did you get it? It's like, I made it myself. Oh my God, please. I want that to happen. I need to put it in the work first, which sucks, you know? That's the problem. So I still am not diagnosed, but I do think I have ADHD. One of the problems, I'm running into this all the time with like making videos and stuff too, is that the thought of doing it is already all the dopamine that you need. And then your brain is kind of like, oh, okay, I've done it already. But then the actual doing it is kind of more like a task. Yeah. I looked up earlier when I bought Baldur's Gate 3 and it was a year ago today. Ooh, happy Baldur's Gate 3 anniversary. Let's go. I love crocheting, though I end up with 5 different projects because I'm really bad at sticking to the same thing if it takes a long time. Ooh, that will be me too. That will be me 100%. My mother was very frustrated with me teaching me to knit. She never tried crocheting with me. The whole left hand, right hand communication. Oh. Oh, yeah. I can see that. But you could look into some... I don't know if you already did that. You could look into probably some like left hand tutorials. There are probably people who are like specifically teaching that like on YouTube or something, right? Are you Discord? Put crochet in arts and craft. Also your Discord. Post wherever you want. No, I can't though because Chrissy will call me out. I posted, what was it? Walker being adorable, and I accidentally put it in general chat. Chrissy called me out immediately. She was like, girl, this isn't Animal Crossing. Crochet hyperfixation, the Animal Crossing picture channel. Sure, who's supposed to kick you out? Yeah, true. Fia, thank you for hanging out. Und mit was? Mit Recht. Oh god. I feel a little bad now. I have been so busy with this pregnancy and appointments and my toddler that I haven't watched any of your videos for ages. Oh my god, Shona, do not feel bad, please. Do not feel bad. It is not your job. It is not your obligation to like, make my videos successful or make me feel better or anything at all, please. The system, the algorithm is supposed to work in a way that I make a video that's good enough that the algorithm sees that and try and like starts playing it out to people and people are watching it and finding like some value in it. It's not supposed to be like you having to watch it to try and lift me up, you know? It's on my mission to catch up as soon as possible. Also, I might post some of my coloring pictures in Discord because that's really been helping me decompress lately. Ooh, also keeps my toddler off screens too. Oh, nice. Oh, premenstrual dysphoric disorder. Yeah. It's like a real bad big monster PMS. I have it and it sucks, but there are treatments. I do think I should because I feel like I didn't really pay attention to it. And I'm pretty sure I still went through like the cycle, but I should. Because I feel like loads worse when I'm about to be on my period. I see a lot of myself in you and I officially have ADHD and autism just in case it helps. Yay! Ain't that the thing you love to hear? Yeah. I just, sometimes I wonder, and I know this doesn't help anyone because it's just not going to be that way. Sometimes I wonder though, like what would life be like if I was neurotypical? Like what would life be like if I was a neurotypical and like objectively beautiful person? I think like life would just, I think it would be just so easy. I think, and also a man. Like imagine I was like a white, cisgendered, white man that's neurotypical and like objectively handsome, beautiful, whatever. Why does my brain automatically switch to handsome when talking about a man? That's messed up. I think life would be very easy. Life would be very easy. And sometimes I just want to, I also kind of don't, because like imagine being that for like because I was going to say, yeah, sometimes I want to just be that for like a day or a week and just see the difference it makes. But I also really don't, because how fucked up would that be to see the difference and then have to go back to your actual self and be like, oh, okay. It may sound ridiculous, but playing Baldur's Gate 3 feels like coming home. I'm so attached to the characters because they're all so beautifully written. And even if it's the same story each time, all playthroughs are different because there's so many options to do things, what to say, and it's just so great. Even if I play the same race and class as I did in the previous playthrough, it still won't be the same. Makes me never want to put the game down because I must explore. I love that though. Isn't that the best thing when games make you feel like that? I really love that a lot. I taught myself to knit some years later, like a right-handed person, which now I hate. But I'm ambidextrous anyways. Oh, I see. Saddest yay to ever, yay. Yay. I imagine that daily. I can't. I hate to say it, but that's a dream. Yeah. Renee, also welcome to the chat. Hello. I say this a lot, but there's literally no such thing as objectively attractive. It's so culturally dependent. Oh, good point. Good point. No, but like, you know, the typical things. Like, I mean, I'd love to have like a defined jawline, and I'd love to not have the shoulders of a man while I'm not, you know, and I'd love to have like wider hips, like just the things, like the norm attractive things that society wants women to have. Like, it's just, sometimes I just want to know, right? I haven't been on YouTube for months. I get your notifications, always mean to watch later. I just seem to have so much to do. And that's okay. That's okay. Your life is more important. And if the videos aren't serving you, then that's perfectly valid, really. I've been burned out by Animal Crossing too. I've not played for months either. I feel the urge coming back again. Nice. I also wish I was dumb as rocks. Oh my god, yeah. Yeah, not to say I'm super smart, but just going through life, not worrying about a thing. Fantastic. Please, I want right now. Yeah. Just like not being like aware of problems sometimes. You know, it must be nice. It must be nice. Also, just because you're a white cis normal brain dude, that does not mean you don't have any issues. True. True. The world for sure is a lot lighter, but shitty things still happen. You would be human after all. Yeah. I have white hips and I freaking hate them with a passion. Try buying pants. Yeah, see, that's the problem. Grass is always greener. But like, so the problem is I have like wide shoulders, but then I have narrow hips and like no butt. And buying pants isn't a piece of cake with that either. Piece of cake. It's kind of a pun not intended, but there we go. I'd love to not get stared at when I eat food in public. That would be a great start. Yeah. Yeah, also, you know what? The thing is, if you were a white, cis, normal brain dude, whatever, you wouldn't be aware of the fact that, or you wouldn't be aware of like how much harder it is to be like a woman or to, you know, not be cisgendered or not be white in this world. And then you wouldn't really be able to, yeah, you just wouldn't be aware of it. And then other things would be much harder. You'd still have issues, you know? I think buying pants sucks for everyone. Yeah. Especially like women's pants. They're a joke. I'd love to not be plus size all my life. I don't care anymore. I have my books and me. Yeah. Yeah, I feel that. I got like a notification. Was it last week? So I will have finished school 10 years ago next year. Yeah. Anyway, and so I got like a notification that there was like a group chat, and we might like get together with everyone like 10 years after, you know? And I'm kind of looking forward to it, but I'm also kind of terrified because I went to like an all-girls school, right? And so a lot of people in that chat now have a different last name than they did back in the day. And immediately when they open up this group, my brain immediately kind of went to go like, oh, if I show up looking like this with like the life I have, I can't show up like that. Like I've got like a few months for like turning my life around. And I was like, no, shut up, you know? Yeah. I got my blood work done a while ago and it turns out my glucose levels are insanely low, indicating that I indeed do not eat enough. Next time someone gives me shit, I just show them my blood work results. Yes. Slap them with the paperwork. Yeah. I'm sad for them. Imagine being married to a man coming from you, Chrissy. Coming from you, my girl. Coming from you. Leave me alone. Okay. This isn't about me right now? Okay, fair, fair. I didn't go to my 10-year reunion, but I also didn't like most of the people I went to school with. Yeah, for me, like I honestly, there were a few people who I really got along well, and I'm terrible at like keeping in contact with people, but I'm actually looking forward to it. So I do think I'll go if I have like the time. I'll obviously have to like literally drive there, and all that stuff, but yeah. It's still even though I try to remind myself though that like where they are in life is not really where I want to be, it's still hard because like just the society's norms kind of still knock on my brain. You are the most important person in your life. True. True, true, true. I should also get my blood work done again. Mine's been like a while back, and I did have to take vitamin D, but I think at some point I stopped. And I'm pretty sure that my vitamin D is still low. And then I should get everything else checked too. I have to go to the dentist again tomorrow, by the way, because I know that's been a recurring topic. Yay. Excited. Had to adult and get groceries, so I'm a bit late to stream. Have I missed anything? Emath, welcome on in. Yeah, maybe a little bit. So essentially, I'm just gonna be taking a bit of a step back from streaming and like content creation in general, because I've been like slowly but surely burning myself out, stretching myself too thin with like self-imposed deadlines and pressure and comparing myself to others, and I'm trying to kind of remove myself from this like content creation as a job thought and find my joy in gaming again, and then yeah, stream if and when I feel like it, maybe, sort of. Yeah. Rearranging stuff on my desk, and suddenly I found a sticker which is on point right now. I am healthy and strong. Let's go. My 20-year reunion is in 2 years. Hashtag old. That's all right. That's all right. Someone in my year ran a marathon when we were 17, just saying, weird place, hope to never see them again. Oh my god. Yeah, people are gonna be in, especially I think from school, because like I think from like, you know, studies, like university, everyone at least is like in the same study program, so they're all sort of gonna go in like a similar direction, whereas like school, anything could happen. Like they could be anywhere for all I know. It's gonna be wild. There's no like further plans just yet. It's gonna be wild though. Okay, I'm gonna have to go to the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back though, and then I'm gonna talk about my hobbies. I don't know. And then we should think about if we maybe want to check in on Tooth today and think about like how that island's gonna progress. Oh, and plus I haven't shared like everything I wanted to say just yet, I think. Yeah, anywho. So I'll go to the bathroom real quick and I'll be right back. Hold on, where's my BRB? There we go. I'll see you in like 4 minutes. Alrighty. Welcome back. Wait, did I turn up the music? No, right? I think that's good still. Yeah, I just got myself a new cup of coffee. Thank you, Kat. For the remainder of stream. I don't know how good of an idea it is to drink another cup of coffee at 6:30 p.m. but whatever. Okay, what should I talk about first? Let me just go through. Yeah, like I said, I don't think I did like a great job at explaining, but I feel like probably the points still kind of came across. At least it felt like that, considering the messages that y'all put in chat. So as for Twitch, like going forward, I don't think I'm gonna have like a specific, you know, I'll see you next week Sunday, but it's gonna be more like, yeah, we'll see whenever. I'll be here when I am. Maybe there's gonna be like some type of announcement for like specific streams, like the mod stream or something. But yeah, I think other than that, I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna settle into that for a little while and then see just kind of how everything feels and goes. Yeah, maybe it'll also be good for me to just have like the weekend kind of as like an actual weekend, and then we'll see. But yeah. As for YouTube, so YouTube I'm like a little bit torn on because I still have like a bunch of video ideas, I think, and I still have some I still have island ideas also, so it's not like I'm just completely out of stuff that I want to make. But currently, and I think this is probably also the burnout stuff, is like every video feels like a monumental mountain of tasks that I keep like just procrastinating so much. And so yeah, I also don't want to make like a specific announcement because it feels, first of all, I don't think many people will see it of those who do follow me on YouTube. But like just saying like, oh, you know, I'm not gonna make any videos anymore is kind of a weird thing to announce. Like I'm gonna go quiet, and like if I post videos, I'm gonna post videos. Like the algorithm will surely have its own thoughts about that, but yeah, whatever. I was thinking, because I recently finished my Film Studio Island framework, and then I did want to make like a new series after, but yeah, it kind of feels like a very big task right now. And I also did want to, I still want to recreate like my first island, so the plant core idea that I had and everything. But having those plans, I've been kind of stuck in that procrastination phase, and I haven't really picked up my Switch in like a while. Probably since, I was gonna say last stream, but no, last stream we played Coral Island. Maybe since I finished Framework. I definitely haven't played like since like this past week, like since Gamescom. I haven't played, I don't even know if the week before Gamescom or something. But so one thought that I was having is that perhaps I'm gonna go back to kind of making some more long plays. I did just recently shift them to my second channel, so maybe I'm gonna do a little bit more content on my second channel, which is gonna be like long plays with and without commentary, just to kind of play Animal Crossing again. Because sometimes I feel like if I sit down to actually record it with a long play, it's much more chill, but at least I'm actually playing. Because I feel like sometimes I do procrastinate playing Animal Crossing because it feels like a lot of work too. Does that make sense? But so maybe I'm gonna do like more long plays because they feel more like feasible next to work, and they feel more like I get to play and just kind of talk as I do it. And also not necessarily putting any like pressure or any deadlines on that for me. So we'll see, I guess, which is kind of annoying to say. It's like, you know, we'll just see when stuff happens. Yeah, but, and then maybe my like motivation for main channel videos will come back. Maybe not. I don't know. there's stuff I've got planned. There's stuff I've like got halfway filmed. I feel like but yeah, it's at the end of the day, it's no use if like I have to kind of force myself to do it every time. And it's really different, I feel like, for like videos and stuff from my own channel compared to like Spell Garden work. I have to genuinely say, like, being able to work as part of a team has been like really yeah, I don't know, it has been really nice because you don't shoulder everything on your own. And like if things don't really go all that well, like you have like the team to fall back on and kind of can talk through it with them. So yeah. Yeah. It sounds good to have dedicated time just for you. Yeah. Yeah, and then also by like taking myself hopefully away from these constant like, oh, you know, I should turn this into content, I should turn this into a video, and like, oh no, I should wait for stream to do this. If I take that away and I just kind of sit with my time for a little bit, I'm hoping that will like fuel some like creative hobbies, or also just going back to video games a bit more. Maybe. I just want someone to snap their finger and have everything figured out. Anyone with me on that? Wouldn't that be so nice and handy? I love the long play idea, but if you really want to do the Plankor Island but feel the pressure is too much, maybe just do it for yourself. Get back into the joy of Animal Crossing. Yeah, so I think that's a good idea. So my plan for... Does that make sense to even explain? But yeah, so my plan for the Plankor Island, like recreating my first island sort of video style, was more like I kind of tell you about how I did it, and I don't like do a whole bunch of videos on it and show you like every area. So perhaps I could still sort of do both in a way, or like I kind of work for it for myself, or maybe I just sit here and let the recording run, but I don't have to either. And then I just kind of do like one video about it later on and kind of talk about the process of it or something. I feel like that could still work. I did actually think about this because so my roomie, and I are working on a Bridgerton Island. I've dropped the name a bunch of times now, but whatever. And we always work on that just in the living room. So like I don't record any of the gameplay, but I still wanted to kind of maybe make a video about it at some point. So sometimes we just press the picture screenshot button so it takes like the last 30 seconds as a video. And I was thinking that might be a good way to kind of just play for yourself, capture like the 30 seconds every once in a while, and then later on you can still probably try to get it into a video. These are kind of dangerous thoughts because it's easy for me to cross over the line and then once again still do everything for a video, which is not what I want. But you know, that kind of maybe still allows me to play it for me or something, and then just if I feel the need to, because I've also had it happen to me when I played something for myself, and then later on at some point I was like, I regret not having any content from that island, you know? So it's like it's a thin, what's the saying? It's a balance. It's a thin line. I don't know. Just maybe I'm curious. Do you still enjoy Animal Crossing to create content out of it? I love watching your videos no matter what. Wait, do you mean if I still like enjoy it enough that I want to make content out of it? Or that I still play it like removed from creating content? It's a double-edged sword. There we go. There we go. Or a fine line. It's a fine line. Both works, I think. Meaning-wise, I think both are... Yeah. The first one, okay. So do I still enjoy it enough to create content out of it? I would say so, yes. So there's like two problems that I have with it. The one problem is that that entire ADHD thing of like, you know, thinking about a video or thinking about an island theme, and like I kind of build it all in my head, and I think about like what items to use and the style and the inspiration and all that stuff. It already gives me that dopamine rush that I needed. And then actually going through the motions of creating an island sometimes can be more the tedious part. But generally, I still enjoy it enough, and I still have enough ideas that I want to share, then I feel like could be good content. So I have this like mismatch of having all these ideas, but actually it's kind of hard for me to turn it into content. And also because like I take a long time editing and creating stuff, like decorating and editing takes so long that like the island process is also like just drawn out a lot, and then it's hard for me to keep up like my motivation, if that makes sense. And I think the second part, or maybe that was already 2 parts, maybe then the second or third part to it, is that I do feel like, or I feel like I can tell that the general excitement about Animal Crossing is way down, which inevitably has, I think, an impact on my own enjoyment, or at least it has an impact on my own enjoyment of creating and sharing content about it. Cause like I'll pour like a lot of hours and effort into creating like a video or a series or an island theme, and then I'm like all excited and I share it, and it's just, there's not that much, you know? And then it's kind of like, oh, okay. Yeah. Which is, again, that feels like I'm putting, that sounds like I'm putting pressure on you as a viewers, which I don't intend to do. It's just like the general excitement is it's just very, very different to how it was in 2020, 21, 22 even. But yeah, generally I would say I still enjoy it. Even though sometimes at this point, I wish there was like a creative mode so I could just like hop in and just more quickly do my ideas and then move on or something. I don't know. The recent week I've been playing so much Stardew, which is a very different like gaming experience to it. So I haven't really thought too much about it. The past few days I've also been watching a whole bunch of Silksong content. And I'm very determined to try Hollow Knight another time, because I'm like quite confused as to why I didn't enjoy it the first time. Because I loved Ori and the Blind Forest and Ori and the Will of the Wisps. I love both of those games, which are like a Metroidvania jump and run sort of game. And Hollow Knight is like the same category, and it's like Souls-like, so it's kind of hard. You die a lot of times. But I think it should be right up my alley. But I tried Hollow Knight at some point a few years ago, I think, and I just wasn't able to get into it, but I don't really remember why. I feel like I didn't understand where I had to go the first time around, and maybe I tried it like too close to Ori, and so the controls were weird or something. But watching Silksong, I feel like it would be right up my alley. So I kind of want to get back into that, which is, I don't know, both like Stardew Valley and I think like Silksong are very different gaming experiences compared to decorating in Animal Crossing. That was a way too long explanation, by the way. Short answer, yes. But sometimes the creating content takes too long so that my joy kind of gets diminished. Maybe. It's kind of, listening to myself talk is kind of like very obvious that I do have burnout, I think. Anywho. So yeah, I was thinking about different hobbies. On the one hand, my goal at some point would be to knit myself, or to crochet, not knit, but crochet myself a granny square cardigan. I have never crocheted anything in my life. So I'm gonna have to start with the very basics, and I don't know if I'm gonna be good at it or if I'm gonna find it very frustrating or anything. But in terms of, you know, ADHD things, like you just purchase a lot of stuff. Actually, it's not that much. Basically, all I got was a crochet hook. I was very confused as to what sort of hook you need and whatever. And then I got myself some I got myself some wool. Surprisingly, I know this is gonna come as a shock. I picked green. I did read that apparently it's kind of good to start with something that's not too dark. I'm actually gonna hold on. Let's let the camera kind of focus on them. Maybe adjust the color a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, but so I did read that it's good to kind of start with something that's not too dark so that you can see your what is it called? It's not stitches. But so you can see what you do. So this one is not the one I'm going to start with. I have to learn like the most basic shit first. So I think I'm going to just start with this to learn my basics. And then I want to, yeah. And then if I do like a cardigan, I was thinking maybe something with like, maybe something with yellow or like orange or brown added. And then like, you know, some type of flower design would be great, but we'll see. So yeah, I'm always like stressed and fatigued. I don't really find joy in my hobbies, but I'm fine. I'm fine. Like generally, I'm fine. Crochet is very fun. I hope you love it. I hope I love it too. I do really want to like crochet some like cute animals at some point too. I didn't want to go overboard though, and I just got these 3. And then I was confused about like the hook size. But I did read that there's like different sizes, and on the wool it always tells you which one you need to choose. This one said 4 to 4.5, and this is a 4.5. This was the smallest one they had from this one, and I did want to get like one of those ergonomic hooks. So I don't know. I'm gonna report back to you. I haven't started yet. Yeah. I love the color palette is so pleasing. You sure love your millennial green. Listen, I got made fun of at the bookstore because next thing is scrapbooking, right? I was wearing, what was I wearing? I think I was wearing like one of my Noah Khan shirts, which is like kind of a greenish blue, I would say. And then I had my got bag, which is green. And then I purchased a soap for my dad, who I hope is not listening, which was also green. And I also purchased myself a notebook, which was also green. And the guy at the counter literally was like, oh my God, everything's green. The book, the soap, the shirt, the backpack. I've never seen that before. I was like, yeah, yeah. And then just awkwardly paid and left. So that was great. But yeah, so I got made fun of for liking green, apparently. Hooks, loops, they're stitches. Okay, so yeah, apparently you're not supposed to start with something super dark so that you can easily see your stitches, and then maybe go like it's easier to kind of backtrack if you need to. If you want to get into crochet, try out the company The Woobles. Very, very beginner friendly. They give you all the supplies you need with really nice to follow tutorials. Let me just copy paste that. Thank you. Yeah, I don't even have like a specific I don't even have like a specific thing that I want to start crocheting first of all. But yeah. That hook will be perfect for the wool. Okay, awesome. Yeah, I also read that you're not supposed to start with something like super small. I did find such like cute stuff on Pinterest. Which, mind you, Pinterest is a mess these days because it is full with AI. I did start a little pin board thingy with like crochet inspo and like other like I think I called it like cozy hobbies. I think it's actually public too. It's like cozy hobbies, and then it has like a bunch of different things inside. And I did see that people, oh my God, it's so freaking cute. I hope my phone is gonna be able to show that. People are doing like earrings with like crochet, but like obviously very tiny, very, very, very tiny crochet. I also got this, and then like mushrooms. Isn't that so cute? I really want to do that too, but then you know, because apparently it's not the best to start with something like that for like beginner. and like just not do something super tiny, I was like, okay, maybe I hold off, but that would be nice, wouldn't it? And then, I mean, this is very, very pretty. It's not gonna look like that on me, but like this type of cardigan would be adorable. And then, I mean, like, I don't know if any of these are like maybe just AI pictures and it's like impossible to make them. But yeah, just some of the inspo, I guess. You're making me want to do it too. Hee. Also, Persephone, welcome on in. What are we doing? This wool is so pretty. What are you making? How are you? How's the week been? But also, you probably already said all that stuff, so I can just watch the VOD. Yeah, so I don't know what I'm making just yet. I do want to learn to crochet though, because my long-term goal is to make myself a granny square cardigan. And so I bought myself a crochet hook and 3 different types of wools just so I can like start practicing and stuff. And we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. I'm doing my week has been yeah, no, I'm probably fine. Yesterday I was terrible because I was having cramps all day long. Apart from that, I'm probably doing fine. It's just I'm like really in a very hormonal induced depressive kind of overthinking period at the minute probably. And therefore have been like having all the stream and content creation stuff. I'll also do like a quick summary on Discord after the stream today, or maybe like tomorrow if I forget. You know, but I mean, you know the gist of it already, Persephone, although I have decided I'm not gonna just make September my last month, but instead I'm just gonna get rid of the stream schedule and just not call myself a streamer anymore, but I'm just gonna maybe sometimes hop on if I'm feeling like it, essentially. Don't make your rows too tight, otherwise it spirals too much. Ooh, I can see. I saw someone on YouTube, they had like a hobby jar. So they had like a jar filled with little paper slips and they put like different hobbies on each of them. And then they always like picked one out. And that's like the hobby they did that day. And they were trying to teach themselves or like they were trying to do crochet and they tried to do like a bookmark, but the bookmark was like looping around. So that was probably the problem, right? My best friend also recently got into crocheting. Her favorite thing to do is little sprout thingies to put on headphones. Wait. Ugh. Oh my god, wait. Please let it load. Oh my god, that is adorable. I'm not wearing crochets. I'm not wearing headphones like that ever, but oh my god, I want to do that. I have a headphone sprout. It's so cute. I practiced making chains with a light yellow yarn and it was indeed easier to see. Unfortunately, I wasn't good at crocheting immediately, lost all interest. I fear that that's gonna be me, but I'm determined to try because the long-term goal of having someone be like, oh my god, your cardigan is so cute. Where did you get that? I'm gonna be like, made it myself. That's my long-term goal, which, you know, is depending on a couple of factors, like that someone has to actually ask me. Yeah. Ravelry for pattern searchings. Okay, let me write that down. Thank you for all these tips. And then I think there was something else. Hold on. Bella Crochet and Very Pink Knits on YouTube have good beginner tutorials. Okay, that's also good to know. Thank you. My hand hurts just looking at these tiny crochet pieces, right? Yeah. I bought a Woobles for Beginners a year ago. I'm determined to start on it before Christmas. Oh my god, I bought myself a cross-stitch cross-stitch like hoop thing from Amazon like 2 years ago. I still haven't done it. Yeah. Thread crochet is magnificent. It's so fun and tiny. I learned from Very Pink Knits crochet for knitters because I learned to knit first. Ooh, I think it's a great tutorial regardless. Okay. Start with coasters, not too big to get overwhelmed, and a lot of different opportunities. Yeah, I talked to Zoe from Spell Garden, and we were kind of talking about like creative hobbies like that, and you know, we got to the conclusion that like a granny knit thing would actually not be the worst thing to do. Because you've got, first of all, you have to just do all those squares, right? So you have like tiny little projects that are easily distributed like across days. And it's not just this like one giant thing, but it's like tiny little things. So maybe it's a bit more rewarding. That's the hope. Or maybe so like coasters are sort of similar. I just did a skeleton one of also one with a paw print and a sunflower. Nice. Someone posted a cardigan tutorial in the Discord years ago that was really nice to follow. I made it and it was so fun. I chose crap colors though, so I never wear it. No! Oh my god, I feel like I want to find that now. Huh. Not the overthinking spirals. Oh, we can feel excited about starting these hobbies though. Me too. Watch a lot of series or TV and do the hobby alongside. That way boring is not an option if you'll watch the best parts of your show. Yes, yes. You could put a sprout on each hinge of your glasses. That's great. That's fantastic. Ravelry is the perfect place to doom scroll without the doom. They don't have any app, so I just use the Revit app and it's really good. Okay. I bought that embroidery kit, which I think you also bought at some point, or at least showed us on stream. I'm on the third and final piece. It's been really fun so far. The thing is, I think I would really enjoy it too, but I just haven't started it. Equally, I don't know if you can see this on stream, but I actually still have... like 2 Lego kits to put together. I have the one that the mod sent me with the happy plans, and I have another bouquet, I think, to put together that my mom got me for my birthday, I think. You could swap granny squares with each other. Oh, that would be so cute. Crochet takes a lot of patience and slowing down and repetition. My autistic self loves the repetition. It's a bit tedious to start, but once you do 1 to 2 pieces, it gets a lot easier. Okay. Yeah, I just gotta stick with it. I really gotta stick with it. I learned crocheting making pot holders when I was younger. You can do either round or square ones to practice both. Yeah, that's probably like similar-ish to the coasters, right? Yeah, nice. Tanuki Play, welcome to the chat. I silently followed a few days ago due to your YouTube videos and I wanted to say hi and came to the right timing. As a crochet addict, let's go. Thank you so much for coming in here. Thank you for the follow too. Not to distract from the crocheting, but what kind of scrapbooking are you thinking about? Like theme stuff, just pretty stuff, junk journaling. Okay, that's a good segue. I'm gonna take that. As in true ADHD fashion, right? If you're thinking about perhaps starting a new hobby, you're not sure if you're gonna like it, what are you gonna do? Exactly, you're gonna purchase a pretty expensive notebook and go all in because gotta do it right. So I got myself one of the, see, I think this is probably a thing in other countries, Leuchtturm. I got myself a Leuchtturm notebook. I'm thinking this is a thing. I got the dotted version, which you're not going to see on stream. I got the dotted version because I was like, you know what? I'm gonna, you know, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fine. I don't know. The initial idea came essentially because I got back from Scotland and also from Gamescom. Because Scotland, it was just 2 stickers. I got back from like the Scotland, like it was a Glasgow Indie Games Fest. They had these, this is from a game, which is actually called, I don't know. It's apparent, the devs are probably Queensguard Games, I don't know. But they had these stickers. Oh, hold on. There you go. They had these stickers. And then I went to Gamescom and like literally every little stand and stall had like something to take home. So I have a tiny bookshop like bookmark. I got a Stardew shirt from the Fangamer stand at Gamescom, and they had a little Stardew sticker in it, right? There was one game, I don't remember what this was from, but there was one game they had like a very pretty like plant sticker, like just really pretty. Hello. And then there's like an Outbound sticker. And then I talked to this person. I don't remember this game either, but I think it's on my wish list. They had like this sticker. I'm gonna have to find out what these were from so I can actually put it in the scrapbook. Okay, and then I got a couple of cards. Solitaria. Oh, this was Dreamed Away. Dreamed Away. Anyway. Yeah, and then a bunch of like look how cute that is. What? I love it. It's so cute. Anywho, yeah, so I got like a bunch of stickers, a bunch of like little cards and everything. And also like there was a botanical garden we went to in Scotland. We had like this little pamphlet. And then I was thinking to myself, like, it's so sad because I just come home with like this like massive amount of stickers and stuff, and I just like, what do I do with it? Like, either it goes in like a box in my sideboard, or it just goes in the trash at some point. And then I thought, why don't I just do like random scrapbook pages sometimes if like something a bit exciting happens? So for example, I could just do like a little scrapbook overview for like my Scotland trip. I could do one for Gamescom. Then I also thought I should definitely do a double-paged spread for Bridgerton or Pollen or Luke Newton. And then I also think I should do a double-page spread for Connie. You know, random stuff, just random stuff that I enjoy in the moment. Or also I went to like an Ed Sheeran concert this year and took like a picture with like some friends. And so it's gonna be like probably sort of all over the place. I also got some stamps just for like letters. My handwriting isn't the best, so we're gonna see how it looks. And then I still have like a bunch of other stickers, and I still have a bunch of washi tape that's just been like molding away. Hopefully not, but that's just been like existing in a box somewhere. And so I was like, why am I saving these stickers? For what am I saving them for? So I think it's gonna be partially, wait, what were the options again? Theme stuff, pretty stuff, or junk journaling. So I think it's gonna be a mixture of everything. You know? It's gonna be sometimes like themed stuff. Like I might just have a bunch of, I don't know, plant stickers lying around. So I might just do like a plant setup, or maybe sometimes like I did a mood board on Canva, I might do like a mood board scrapbook page, or pretty stuff like Conrad or Colin, right? Like, I mean, it has to be in there. Or also just like junk journaling, because why not? And so this is gonna be, it's gonna be like a bit random, I think. It's also not going to be that like this book is for this year and then I'm going to start a new one. I'm just going to take it as it comes, because I think one of my biggest hurdles or biggest like procrastination factors are like trying to make it perfectly, or trying to make it look perfect, which is just it's not going to. And so I'm trying to take that away. One problem that I'm already running into is that I'm going to have to print out pictures. Because like, you know, taking pictures or like putting pictures in here that I took with friends or took at the concert, or also even pictures of like TV shows and characters that I'm obsessed with or anything like that, I'm gonna have to print it out in some way. And I'm already finding myself overthinking that and procrastinating that. So once I get that one done, I did already do some research. I have like a store basically across the road that prints them out. But once I get that done, I'm gonna get started, and I'm excited for it. I feel like it's gonna be a fun way to kind of work on or like live out my hyperfixations. I also think Animal Crossing could play a role in it. I was thinking of doing like a page for like my different islands and stuff, you know? The back of your hair is really pretty. Wait, is it? Thank you. Yeah. And then I'm finally gonna have a place for like stickers. I remember also like some of you have sent me stickers. I think I got like really pretty plant stickers from Persephone at some point. And I haven't been able to use them ever. And then now I finally maybe can. I also got myself some tiny little scissors because I know you guys love tiny scissors. But so that I can like, you know, cut out pictures in like almost a meme-y sort of way. So yeah, Yeah. Gotta go eat some dinner, have fun with the hobby talk. I hope for further updates. Yes. Talking about shows, not mentioning the B word, but what are we watching these days? I am watching The Summer I Turned Pretty. There's a new episode out every Wednesday. There's only 2 more episodes, I think. Yeah, 2 more until I'm saying I think as if I don't like obsessively think about it all the time. But there's 2 more episodes and then it'll be done. I'm very scared, but that's what I'm watching. And then apart from that, I'm mostly watching streams, I think. Now I want to practice to knit socks again. Oh my god, you should. I reposted the cardigan video. Thank you. Thank you. Dots are better than anything. I was thinking, so I definitely wasn't going to be lines. It definitely wasn't going to be checkered. I was thinking either blank or dots, but then I thought some type of structure might be nice. So yeah. I saw a creator from the US talk about her new Leuchtturm journal, so it's definitely a thing. Okay, good. My ADHD hobby hopping ended with crochet, actually. Wait, so you were hopping, but then you stuck with crochet. Okay. That's good to hear. I'm manifesting that for myself, too. There was an indie games fest in my city. Why do I never know anything? Yeah, in Glasgow. I was there, too. They also interviewed me, and I was very awkward. I hope it never sees the light of day. But yeah, Katrin Kazi and I were actually there because Rachel of Raven was there too. I think they do this like annually. You should look up, I don't know what their URL is, but it's the Glasgow Indie Games Festival, GIGF for short. It might be like gigf.com or something. It was like full on video. It was like full on video. It was very awkward. I was just like standing around and this person came up to me. He was like, could I like interview real quick? And then I was like, sure. And then I had to follow him outside because it was like too loud inside. And I got all nervous, so my mouth was very dry and I feel like my lips kind of stuck to my teeth. It was very awkward. I hope you never see it. I hope you never see it. Oh my gosh. I swear I would have done better in school if it was dotted jotters instead of lines and grid. Lined is the worst, isn't it? I think grid is, like, I always like grid in school. Lined is the worst, though, I think. I think junk journaling is calling your name. I think so, too. Yeah. If that's something you're interested in, you can print your own stickers at DM and Rossmann using pictures from your phone. Yeah, I didn't really understand because I looked into it because there is a DM very close to me. I didn't really understand the sticker thing because it turned, or like it looked like you can only do like labels for their products with stickers or something. I don't know, but they do these like picture strips, which are like 5 by 15 centimeters, I think. So like each picture is like 5 by 5. And then I think you can do like different pictures. I thought that was good because they're going to be very small. And I did get myself some like picture tape stickies so I can easily put them in. I'm a little scared of like how thick this journal will be at some point. But yeah, I'm excited.
Hello.
Yeah. Como Raby also welcome on in. You might like the concept of a commonplace book. A commonplace book. Leuchtturm is nice. My girlfriend uses them for her diary. Yeah, I've heard like a lot of good about it. And then I did see, you know, they've got a lot of nice colors. And I think sometimes they come out with like new ones. So I'm hoping that, yeah, maybe at some point I'll have like a lineup of different journals that are going to be filled with things that just kind of brought me joy at the time. And then also, you know, it's going to include like hyperfixations. It's going to include just like fun, like vibey overviews that I maybe wanted to do, but it's also going to include like a couple of pictures from like travels and trips. And I feel like that would be nice to like reflect on maybe. I'll see. Keeping it flexible is a good idea. No labels, just a book of stuff. A book of stuff. Yes. Also, is it Lithamoon or Lithamoon? Welcome on in. And Shiv, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. We love ourselves some fuzzy cutting. Yeah. Cutting out pictures like that is called fuzzy cutting. I love it. It's such a cute phrase. I didn't know that. Fuzzy cutting. I like that though, because it's gonna be fantastic. It's gonna look very memey. I don't think it'll look very pretty, if I'm honest, because my handwriting is not great. And I didn't buy like any, because I didn't want to go overboard, because I feel like for like journal stuff like this, for scrapbooking, you can go like all in. But I was like, you know what, Malene, maybe you should try it out first and then see how you feel about it. And then you can always go back and purchase more. But like obviously you can buy all types of like paper, and like different washi tape, buy like new stickers and stamps and whatnot. So we'll see where it goes. But I don't have like that much material just yet, so yeah. That's how it ended though. Even my fiance was surprised. I'm crocheting for 2 years now. Nice. Nice. I don't know if you have a secondhand shop or flea markets near you, but you can get old magazines dirt cheap there. Those are perfect. Yeah, for words, background pictures, plus it's more sustainable than buying all new stuff. Yeah, true. I've been wanting to get into D&D for a while now, basically since I started playing Baldur's Gate 3, but the problem is that I don't really know people in my direct surroundings who play, and I also don't want to play with strangers. Yeah, I feel that. Kind of gave up on it, but then I was suggested a video about solo D&D. You basically play it by yourself, and I started a campaign. It's been so fun. I connect journaling, talking to myself, and making up stories. All my favorite things to do. Let's go. Wait, I didn't know that that was a thing, but I like that. But yeah, it's kind of, I feel like it's sort of like a more, that sounds like a more creative and free approach to like writing, sort of. Does that make sense? Is that true? I don't know. But yeah, I can definitely see that for you. This seems to be the site. You can subscribe to their newsletter for updates. Don't. I mean, do, but you know, if you see my name, like face on there, yeet out. Okay, please. I don't know if you have, oh wait, I read that, sorry. And Shiv, welcome to the chat also. Sometimes drop pictures in my dream journal. They're absolutely awful, but no one sees it but me. Yeah. Ah, I wish I was able to, like, I wish I was good at like drawing also. Oh, you know, yeah, but there's some awesome artists in like the Bridgerton community who share like amazing little pollen art. And then I was thinking of, I'm gonna check if they've maybe even got like little pages on Etsy or something so I can purchase like little prints or little stickers. If not, I could at least like print it out for myself and just keep it there, because stuff just gets super lost in like the online world. Like I bookmark certain things, you know, to try and go back to them, but you can just kind of lose sight. And I feel like if I kind of put a couple of my favorite things there just to kind of look at it for myself. Yeah. Send your screenshot for the DM stickers on Discord. Oh, thank you. When I did a bullet journal years ago, I pre-typed what I wanted to write on my phone with a pretty font and just printed it out and glued it into the journal. That's a good idea. I don't have a printer, unfortunately. I don't have a printer. So we'll see. I don't know how much like I'd actually write in there though. Yeah, maybe I'm gonna treat it more as like a mood board, like just putting together stuff. What do you mean? Your Christmas doodles were incredible. Yeah. Your local library might have some crafty type things too. I never like think about, that's so bad, but I never like think about the local library. Like I never take that into account. Ooh, thank you, Lena. Yeah, so I'm excited. I'm yeah, as usual with my hobbies, I'm nervous that I'm gonna procrastinate starting so much that I'm just never gonna do it. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. You can print at the library. See, there we go. There we go. True. All right. And then I don't know, I feel like, did anything else happen apart from that? Yeah, I got a gaming laptop. I've been playing a lot of Stardew. I've been watching a bunch of Silk Song the past couple of days since it came out. I've been obsessed with The Summer I Turned Pretty. Yeah. Did not really play any Animal Crossing. Don't know where we left off. Have had a lot of spiraling thoughts about my life and my content creation and my journey in life and where I want to be in a couple years. Don't have any of the answers, if I'm honest, but you know. Yeah. You and me both, The Summer I Turned Pretty. Oh my god, it has taken over my life. I literally only started like a few weeks ago. I always like, I saw people talk about it on like Twitter, but I was always like strong enough to just not get into it. And then I saw this one clip. I saw this one clip and I was like, yeah. And now it's my life. Thought it over, by the way. I'm not the biggest fan of that AirTag ad that was the last episode. Yeah, there we go. It's so interesting to me. So the last episode was kind of ass. And Jenny Han, the person who wrote the novels that are like, who wrote the books that are kind of like what the show is based on, is also like the writer and director of The Summer I Turned Pretty. Or, yeah, I think she's director also. Not for every episode, but generally. And usually she posts so much, because like there's an episode each week, and she usually posts a lot of stuff like in between the episodes on her story and on her account, from like, you know, reactions. Like there's literally public viewing events everywhere going on. People are watching the new episodes in like a bar together with others, and there's always like a bunch of reaction stuff that comes out of it, or just like thirst TikToks over Connie, and all that stuff. And since the last episode, they like Jenny Han herself, but also the official The Summer I Turned Pretty account, have been awfully quiet because there's literally nothing to repost because everyone's pissed off at that episode. Like, with only 2 more episodes to go until the entire show is over, to waste an episode on an ad for an AirTag, chasing a bag around and seeing that man-child cry every 2 minutes is just the audacity, you know? Anywho, yeah, gaming laptop. I've had so much fun. I was saying earlier, I've only played Stardew Valley so far because I wanted to kind of start my gaming laptop experience with, you know, Stardew Valley, which, have you guys heard there's going to be a new update? There's going to be a 1.7 update for Stardew Valley. And then I've been like all in, so I haven't played anything else, but I'm going to be interested to see how it holds up in the grand scheme of things for like other games, for the performance and all. Sounds like a great show. I'll add it to my list. I love AirTags. Yeah, that last episode was, yeah, that was just an AirTag ad. It was ridiculous. It really was. And it felt so weird because like, so the previous episodes, what was that now? 9, right? Yeah. And I feel like 5, 6, 7, and 8 were like some of the highest rated episodes of the entire show. They had like ratings of like 8.7, 9.1 or something. Like they were really well received. And the last episode now I think has a rating of like 5.1 out of 10. Because everyone's just confused. Everyone's just confused. And then people have been obviously very upset about it and like commenting on every account and everything, how upset they are. Some of them, of course, not in a great way. We know the internet, we know people. But like still, I think it's valid to kind of voice your criticism. And Jenny Han, I don't know if you've seen it, but she's been clapping back in like a really weird way. Like, Yeah. I don't know. Being patient and consistent helped me with my crochet. I can make my plushies myself and wear my own handmade clothing. Small victory for the dopamine. Yes! Ooh, I'm excited now. What about music? Wait, Rosie, what do you mean with music? You guys made me finally play Stardew after like 5 years of thinking I would hate it. I love it. Let's go. Oh, actually music. Okay, I don't know if you mean like what music have I been listening to, but Sabrina Carpenter, she released her new album last Friday, I think it was. Yeah, last Wednesday was The Summer I Turned, or was it last week? Yeah, last week. Wednesday was the new Summer I Turned Pretty episode. Thursday, they came out with the second season of the Walter Boys, My Life with the Walter Boys, or what it's called. And Friday was Sabrina Carpenter's new album. So I've been listening to a lot of Sabrina Carpenter, and I've been listening to the Summer I Turned Pretty soundtrack, which is predominantly Taylor Swift. So I feel like I've never listened to this much Taylor Swift music in my life. But I mean, I'm not hating it, so... My points still still stand, but seeing that we only have 2 episodes left, it was really nothing burger. Yeah, no, the points were really valid. I think I saw Emath saying it too. Yeah, I get you have to rebuild a bit after the events of the previous episode, but my god, the last one was so slow. Yes. See, because I agree, like the points still stand. I think like some of the things that happened were really important. It was important to kind of get to the place where they now are. But let's be honest, it could have been done in like half the episode, if even. Or it could have been done this way, but then with at least like 3 or 4 more episodes. Like it's just, I really think it's gonna feel rushed. This is gonna be Bridgerton season 3 like 2.0. This is gonna be the same thing. I will say Steven and Taylor carried the last episode. I'm loving them. I like them too, but I will say that I'm not obsessed with them enough for me to feel like they carried the episode. Like, I'm glad they are where they are now, but that was just not enough Connie. Like, the air tag had more airtime than Conrad. What are we talking about at this point, you know? Also, Ink, enjoy your food. And Shona, thank you for hanging out. If I don't get back in time, then take care of yourself and look forward to anything you do in the future, whenever that may be. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yes, 1.7 update plus Haunted Chocolatier. We are blessed. Yeah. Mentally, I'm stuck at the Conrad POV episode. It was just, yep. Oh god, that episode opening. Oh my god. I need to listen to Sabrina's new album again because I'm still not sure how I feel about it. I've seen people like not like it. I don't really understand why. I listened to it the first time and it was just like, before reading anything online, I was just like, yeah, this is Sabrina. This is fun music, I feel like. And I think the more I listen to it, the more I love it. I like it. There's a couple of songs I already know I like, but some of them seem like a miss for me, okay? Was the same for me, but after listening to it a couple of times, I really enjoyed it. It's a really good hype album when I'm feeling myself. Yeah, exactly. I think maybe Short and Sweet was better. I also liked some of her, like, what was it called? The emails I've read before. No, what is it called? Emails I Can't Send. I always forget this. Emails I Can't Send also had a couple of really, really awesome songs. I think maybe Short and Sweet was better than Men's Best Friend, but I like it. I think it's great. I've put like all 3 of those albums in like one playlist, and I just keep listening to it on repeat, and I like it. There's an amazing YouTube channel with amazing tutorials and vlogs and stuff. I don't want to promote other people, so I don't know. Do you mean about crochet? Sorry, I keep playing with this hook. Tanuki, do you mean about crochet? Feel free to put it in. Yeah, I'd love to. The stuff that I don't love to see in chat is just more like, oh, you know, XYZ is streaming right now, so I'll go over there. Or like XYZ is also streaming right now. Like that's kind of icky a little bit. That's not really the Twitch how-to, I feel like. but especially when we're talking about like a specific topic and you want to kind of say like, oh, you know, this channel is great for that, that's totally fine. Also the man-child, oh my god, the man-child Jeremiah and Tears Conrad parallels are excellent. Oh my god, I love it so much. I love it so much. Did you see the edit too? I'm assuming. Fantastic. Fantastic. It's like the songs were written for them. People love to hate on her because she's confident and doesn't give an F. God forbid she gives us a fun pop album about getting over shit men. Right? I don't know. Also when her album cover came out, you know, I looked at it and it was like, oh, okay, wow. I mean, sure, whatever. And people got so mad about it. I was just like, I don't know. I don't really get it. People always want like more controversial pop stars and like more daring stuff. But then as soon as someone does something like that, they're like calling her names and yeah. I hated House Tour at first. Now it's one of my favorite. I hope you share thoughts and entertainment when you've analyzed it. Yeah.
Do you want the house tour?
I love it. I love it. To be clear, I don't think her new album is bad. I just need more time to analyze. Yeah, and that's fine. I feel like there's, honestly, there's a lot of music where I feel like I need a couple of listens until I really can sit with, until I feel really comfortable with it. Ooh, I've also had Chappell Roan's The Subway stuck in my head like all day, every day, the last like 3 days, I think. What was the deal with the album cover hate? There's so many more suggestive album covers that are years old. Right? Oh my god, people got so mad about it. Like so mad about it. And I'm just like, I get criticizing stuff sometimes, you know, and I think sometimes it's really valid and, you know, it's good to have like a community and conversations about it, like especially, you know, considering the Summer I Turned Pretty episode was so bad. But like sometimes there's too many negative Nancys too. Just enjoy it. Like there was this other thing. So, okay, this is again very Bridgerton niche topic, but so basically, last season, Penelope and Colin got married, right? And then because their son is now has the Lord Featherington title, it's a whole thing, whatever. They're actually moving into like the house that Penelope grew up in, which was like interior wise all like yellow and green. And so now that, you know, Colin and Penelope as like a Bridgerton couple are moving into it together, people have been like thinking about, ooh, what's it going to look like? And there were new pictures of it yesterday. And now it's like a mixture. It's literally a mixture of yellow and blue. And like objectively speaking, it might not be the prettiest, but like I got so happy because it's just like so cute that they like combined it. And then once again, people are like hating on it because, oh my God, it's so ugly. And I'm just like, whatever, you guys. You know, like every little thing has to be, I don't know, sometimes where I feel like the hate is just unnecessary and I'm just like, just take it for what it is and enjoy it. Like it's not hurting anyone. Although I feel like maybe that is being a bit hypocritical because I was very upset about the Summer I Turned Pretty episode. Whatever. Can I just say, especially since you're going away, I'm really happy we had such a nice chat and stream with you today. Thank you, Daisy. I appreciate you being here, and I really appreciate y'all being so kind and so, yeah. Yeah, I appreciate it. Maybe this is just gonna be us coming online, ranting about some niche shows and songs every once in a while. A lot of people also lack critical thinking skills. Prime example, when she showed the album cover originally. Yeah. Like critical thinking skills, media literacy is scarily bad. So, yeah. Her name is Passionate Kelsey. She is, or Passionate Kelsey. She's my Roman Empire and I love her stuff. I made my first cardigan with her free video tutorials. She's very good. And in Germany, there are a couple of hobby stores Just a recommendation because I love that hobby so much. I'm very sorry. No, you're good. You're good. Hobby stores. Okay, wait. Let me also write that down. Okay, thank you. Oh, I almost just messaged that to Lena because I was still on that chat. Oops. Agreed. I like to listen to an album like 3 times before I decide anything. Yeah. She's got away. Yeah, first listen is vibes, second is listening to the lyrics, and third is music, lyrics, vibes, interacting, and deciding whether I like it and which songs are going into my playlist. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, true. If we talk about Sabrina every stream, my camera froze. Okay, that's a new one with the new PC. Oh yeah, it's making some sound. You know what I think the problem is? I'm sorry, I'm just keeping that up now. I think the problem might be my looking very thoughtful, I know, right? The problem might be like my external hard drive, because sometimes I feel like that disconnects and then reconnects and then it kind of does something. Okay, give me a second. All right, interesting. It's really testing me today. I had what, 3 disconnects and camera freeze? Well, I don't know how to stream her anymore. I'd be panicking right about this second. 3 disconnects? Yeah. It was like tiny disconnects, to be fair. Like, I think it was like the first attempt at a reconnect that was successful. But yeah, 3 times we had to crash. Camera could not handle you opening your chat with Lena. Next stream on September 17th will be titled Everything That Pissed Me Off About the Summer Turned Pretty Finale. Oh my god. It better not. It better freaking not. Ugh. Food is prepared. Sometimes if some shows or celebrities become too popular or iconic, the audience, the bad part, thinks they have the right to own all the choices of said show or person. Yes. Yes. Also, just like generally, as soon as you're like someone is a public figure, people think that they owe them everything. So best example is whenever it comes to like the private life of actors. Like, I mean, the drama with like Luke Newton and Nicola Coughlin's like real life partners, and also now with like Chris, is it Bryony? Like IRL partner. The entitlement and like the upset that people feel when these human beings don't conform to their expectations. Bryony, did I say that correctly as well? I hope so. I'm a total K-pop stan, and as soon as an album comes out, I'm totally losing it. It's hard to be like, I love them, but I don't like that song. Yeah, I feel that. Ed Sheeran, I think, is also coming out with a new album pretty soon, and so far the songs have been, I think, decent, but none of them have like blown me away either. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. And then when is Taylor Swift's album coming out? I don't really have like high stakes for that one because I'm a very casual. If a Taylor Swift song comes on, I'll enjoy it, but I'm not like actively seeking it out most of the time. And I'm not like a Swiftie, so I feel like I'm gonna be very Mean Girls Day. Ooh, October 3rd. Oh, yeah, on October 3rd. Yeah, I see. It is. Yeah, so I'm gonna be very casual about that, but I feel like the internet is just, you're not gonna, there's nothing else will surface that day. Tag der deutschen Einheit. True. Yeah. The next things I'm excited about, it's like really weird because I keep just going through life kind of always looking forward to like the next thing that's keeping me going, sort of. I think the next thing I'm looking forward to, except, well, so the Samurai Turned Pretty, the next 2 episodes, but that's only gonna be until September. Then I think I'm gonna be looking forward to Wicked Part 2, even though I think that's gonna be like emotional damage sort of vibes. Then I'm gonna be looking forward to Bridgerton season 4. And then I'm gonna be looking forward to the Hunger Games, Sunrise of the Reaping, Sunrise on the off the Reaping, something like that. And then maybe like a new Animal Crossing at some point, but at this point, who knows? Those are gonna be my pillars that will keep me going. I can only imagine that is a deliberate choice. I think so too. Oh wait, but she does have a song with Sabrina Carpenter on there, right? I'm excited for that one. It's most of the time the fandom that ruins it for me, especially in K-pop. It's so toxic. Oh my god, 100%. The Bridgerton fandom is like, there's, in my opinion, there's some good people there. There's some great fan fiction, some amazing artists, like all that stuff. But oh my god, for a TV show that's like a Regency romance show where none of the couples like rival each other. Like, it's not even a love triangle in that sense. Like, all the couples are like predetermined, and it's like just supposed to be like, that fandom is a mess. Oh my god. I really hate it because you always like enter, like when you enter a fandom, at first you're gonna be like very excited about it because, you know, you're finally surrounding yourself with people that enjoy the same stuff and it's gonna be very exciting. And then like slowly, bit by bit, you uncover the disgusting parts and then you have to actively try to keep your hyperfixation like in spite of the fandom, you know? Is that in spite of? But yeah, I don't like how toxic fandoms often are. I'm super excited about the new Taylor Swift album, but all the variants she's coming out with for it are a bit tiresome. Yeah, I feel that too. Like, some of it just... Haven't read that book, even though it has been on my nightstand for literal months. Oh, the Hunger Games? Yeah, I've decided I'm not going to read the book before I watch the movie, because that's how I did the last one, The Songbirds and Snakes, and I love that one. I love that movie, and I've heard some people say that, you know, if you've read the books, then maybe you wouldn't have, like, you know, the expectations might have been too high, and so I'm actually going to go into this movie without any knowledge, any expectations, let it blow me away, and then I'm gonna just fill in gaps and add more stuff later on by reading the book. That's how I'm framing it in my brain. I really hope there's a cinema near me that will show Wicked Part 1 and 2 back to back. I thought about that too, but the first difficulty is I have to find like an English screening, first of all. Which usually for movies like that size, it's not too hard, but you do have to go pretty early on. Like when the movie is released, you can't wait for too long, or they won't show it in English anymore. Also, any type of 3D movie, if it's in English, it's never going to be 3D, unfortunately. And then I feel like there's not going to be one where they show 1 and 2 back to back in English. I did also think about that would be a long time. Like even part 1 was what, like 2.5 hours, maybe longer. And I feel like I did this like double screening thing for Marvel's Infinity War and Endgame. And by the end of it, I had such a massive headache that it actually got kind of hard for me. It kind of got hard for me to like enjoy it and pay attention. So maybe for me, it might be better to just watch like the Wicked Part 1 the day prior and then watch Wicked Part 2 in the cinema like the day after, you know? But I think it would be fantastic. And I think you'd probably be in a cinema with people who enjoy it likewise. Although I hope they're not going to sing along, because I feel like the first time around, I don't want anyone to sing along. I just want to hear Cynthia Erivo belt out her songs. Please. I stopped that franchise with the OG trilogy. That's enough for me. Oh, really? I feel like they really delivered with the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes though. I personally loved it. I thought it was fantastic, like the movie. And I'm pretty sure that the next one is going to be equally as good. I want to read it before because that has been what I've always done, but also I was also one of the people that thought there was something missing in the last movie because I read the books first. Yeah, I know. I know. I totally get that the variations are tiresome. I feel that way too a bit, but I hate that Taylor's the only one getting criticized so highly for it. Like Charlie XCX or 21 Pilots didn't get much backlash and they did way more variants. Oh yeah, 100%. I feel like because Taylor Swift is such a big name, I feel like she gets... while it is, I think, valid criticism at times, I think it is not, it's like way blown out of proportion. And also, it's like, yeah, why does only she get criticized? Like the criticism in itself, I think is valid. But because she's so big, like all the hate and criticism gets like, almost like a spotlight just gets like put on her, when I feel like that's ridiculous. Same thing with like the private jet. Like, yeah, she jets around a whole bunch and some of it is very unnecessary, but at the same time, like, do you know how many people, like how many millionaires and billionaires and whatever millionaires take a private jet from, like, I don't know, the United States to Italy just to enjoy a plate of pasta and then go back, and they never get any backlash because you're just not as much of a public figure? Like that's the part that annoys me about it, you know? At the same time though, I guess you do also have to take into consideration that her being such a massive public figure and having so much reach sets a certain oh my god, what's the word? But it's like, you know, when she does something and her fans like globber it up, others will see and be like, oh, if she does it, then I will do it. It's kind of like, you know, when Nintendo goes out there and starts selling their games for like 80-90 bucks, and then all the other developers will be like, oh, Nintendo is able to sell the game for that much money. Okay, so we can do it now too. All right, so I think it's like, there's like multiple levels to it. Criticism is valid, but it's like blown way out of proportion. But at the same time, she does have a certain responsibility with her reach and with the things she does. So it's like a very gray sort of discussion where many things can be true at the same time. It's really hard to have that discussion though, because there's a lot of emotions tied to it. Like, obviously, you know, a lot of people care a lot about Taylor Swift, and in their eyes she can do no harm, and then it's really, really hard because there's so many nuances and so many different levels and things to consider. But yeah, it's like a lot of things are true at the same time, you know? I will never get over the fact that people were mad at Taylor Swift for being shown so often at the NFL games. Yeah, that one is ridiculous. It's not even her fault that the channels decided to show her. I'm not even a Swiftie. Yeah, as far as I was able to tell, she didn't want to be shown that often, you know? The book caused me serious emotional damage. My tears are still on the pages, and I knew that what was going to happen at the end with Haymitch, which just made it worse. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm scared of Haymitch's story because I have not heard anything, or not really any like major spoilers. I just know it's gonna be really freaking, it's gonna be traumatizing. She's by no means perfect with stuff like the private jets, but also what is she supposed to do? Yeah, go to a regular airport. She would get killed within days. Yeah. Yeah, especially as a woman also. Like I saw this interview of Ed Sheeran kind of talking about the fact that he doesn't own like a private jet, and he was just like, you know, I'd try and just travel like by train or just like take regular flights. I think he was talking about like taking a Ryanair flight somewhere. And trying to like teach his kids. But like it's really hard. I mean, those are the same people that literally cannot go to the park with their kids because they're gonna be swamped by, or swarmed, I don't know, by like paparazzi and by fans that demand like pictures and autographs. So like it's just, I don't know, it's really hard. Record variants are definitely not a new thing. It's been going on since at least the 70s. There's something like over 30 versions of do-it-yourself. And that is late 70s, I think. Wow, okay. I think the problem nowadays is the general consumer culture that is pushed and pushed so much more these days. It seems like people think that because there are 10 variations, they need to have all 10. Yeah. It's okay to just pick your favorite. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, the consumer culture is... Yeah. And then because of like TikTok trends, you know, we cycle through these trends and through all these things so much more. And there's also, I think it's so much easier to show off how much, like you're gonna be like, oh my god, so Taylor Swift came out with like 7, I don't know if it was 7 types of guitars that each cost like $1,000. Wasn't there something like that? And I bought all of them. And then like that's something people talk about. So that's gonna be bound to go viral. And so I think there's like multiple things kind of coming together again, because you're gonna want to go all the way and do more and more like crazy things, because you're also gonna be able to get a bunch of views and go viral. And there's an entire thing there that people want to achieve. So yeah. But yeah, consumer culture and like the customer, like just overconsumption is something that really, really frustrates me. And then she's always the big bad billionaire, which is totally fair. No one needs that much money, but she donates so much, but no one ever talks about that. If you take into consideration what other billionaires donate. True. I do think like I think this is kind of hard to hear, because I feel like every one of us, there's like a celebrity that we really like and we kind of want to defend. But I do think being like a billionaire is inherently, I don't think there is a billionaire out there with like actually really good like values and morals, because there's just something fucked up about that. Especially with the way the world is looking, you know? Like, I get that obviously a Taylor Swift will have more like what's it called? Expenditures? No, she's gonna have to spend more money like to pay all of the people who work for her, to pay for like security and like, I get that. But being a billionaire is like kind of fucked up. But again, that's not, there's way worse people. I mean, even the German chancellor is a crap piece of Maybe I shouldn't have said that. But like, you know, there's been multiple like backlashes about him as well. Like there's way worse people for sure. Yeah, I don't know how much longer I'm gonna be able to express my opinion though, and I feel like maybe this will get me in trouble in a couple of weeks or months. I don't know. We'll see how much longer free speech is a thing we can enjoy. So yeah. Yeah, she always has a resting bitch face. Yeah, true. If you've read Catching Fire, you'll have a general idea of what happened in the story. Oh my god, it's been so long since I did. She gave an eye-watering sum to the Edinburgh food banks when she played here and did in other places. They specifically weren't allowed to release the exact figure, I think, but word of mouth is that it was enormous. Yeah, I've heard the same thing for like a couple of places in the United States too. And then didn't she also give out like massive bonus payments to like everyone who was part of the Eras tour? Like she does a whole bunch of good for sure. She does a whole bunch of good. I also think in defense of her and, well, maybe not every billionaire out there, but in defense of a lot of them, I think it is really easy to lose see, I can only rant about this in German. But like to lose a sense of reality and to kind of know what it's like for the average person. Like, I think once you've lived in a privileged world enough with that much money, and you're used to kind of everything costing a bunch too, because you're used to going to the best places, hiring a bunch of security, and all that type of stuff. I think it's really, really easy to lose sight of like what is a lot of money for the average person. You know? Yeah, the security factor. Yeah. I'm ARMY, the BTS fandom. There's a big thing in the ARMY culture that if you see BTS in public, no, you didn't. Oh, okay, nice. We need a better and more respectful celebrity culture. Yes. Imagine Taylor Swift on a public flight. People would somehow find out beforehand, buy plane tickets to see her. She has such a huge reach that it's just not possible anymore. Yeah, she said herself she struggles sometimes to feel like a human being. Yeah, I get that. I'm just a victim. I know, it's hard. It's hard. You know, capitalism makes you think that you need all these things. And I'm not like excluding myself in that. I mean, I just showed you like a bunch of, there's an entire cozy hobby like trend, and I just showed you a bunch of stuff that I got to live out those cozy hobbies. Like I'm part of that problem where like I'm also victim. We're all victims of capitalism. Like, right? It's hard. It's hard. Yeah, I believe being a billionaire is inherently immoral. Nobody needs that much money. Absolutely nobody. Yes. I try to help, but I have a typo. You were correct with expenditure. Okay, there we go. Totally agreed, but in the circle of billionaires, she's kind of a good one, if you know what I mean. Yeah, I know. $100K bonus for all the drivers, I think. Yeah. That's pretty impressive. The amount of money in professional football leagues. Oh my god, makes me so mad. Yes. My partner supports a team. When I overhear chats about transfers and players and the money involved, it makes me want to scream. Same. And also just the entire patriarchy level that gets added to it, because it drives me up the wall when women are being accused of being too emotional. And when everything that women enjoy is always being made fun of, but then you see grown-up adult men, obviously not just men, but you see grown-up adult men in these stadiums screaming and throwing fists and getting into like literally dangerous fights about like football or soccer, whatever. Like, and then also the how like unfair it is, like how much male athletes get paid in comparison to female athletes. It pisses me the fuck off. I'm so sorry, but it pisses me the fuck off. I feel like YouTube is not gonna let me monetize this. That's okay. I think I earned about like maybe $3 per like stream bot on YouTube, so whatever. Oh my god. Oh, it just annoys me so bad. I know I don't need it, but for me it's a hobby. I collect them and the little photo cards inside and so on. In the end, it's a hobby, and if you don't buy more than you can afford, it's fine for me, to be fair. Yeah, and we all need things that, you know, allow us to escape the world and realism and all that. Like, and you're allowed to have your hobbies. You're allowed to pay money for things that you enjoy. I will enjoy different things, you know, it's fine. I will start having a real problem with I kind of have a problem with overconsumption the way it's developing, like on TikTok, and I don't know, like the Stanley Cup and what are the ugly dolls, Labubus. I have a problem with stuff like that, and I have a problem with people going into debt over like the most ridiculous like capitalism trends. Like that's where like I'll really have a problem, I feel like. But at the end of the day, we each have our little thing that we spend probably way too much money on in the grand scheme of things, and I do too. So I'm only allowed to judge until a certain level, you know?
Chen Chen just donated. Here are the €3 for the unmonetized VOD on YouTube, because please do tell them.
Polina, thank you. I appreciate it.
Lena just donated.
Hello. Why did the two of you have the same thought? Or did you cooperate? Oh my gosh. We're all capitalists except the folks that are living unaware of the rest of the world, like those tribes that are supposed to live in the Amazon. Yeah. Don't even get me started on how overpaid athletes are. I'm a huge fan of sports, and my god, they're overpaid. And male soccer players are the most dramatic babies I've ever seen. Yes. Oh yeah, Lena said, I will personally send you $3 because that fuck was very necessary. Lena, thank you so much as well. You guys are hilarious sometimes. I appreciate it. No, we didn't. Great minds think alike. Very good. Very, very good. Thank you.
Chrissy just donated. I don't know what's going on, but I want to join in.
Oh my god, you guys are a mess. I love it. Chrissy, thank you so much for the support as well. I cannot. Oh my gosh. My biggest problem is people over consuming shit that they won't care about in 3 weeks because it won't be cool anymore. Yes, I think that's putting it in a very good frame. I wasn't sure how I was gonna be able to say it because if you consider like people, for example, collecting Stanley Cups, that's unnecessary, but so could basically buying different versions of the same album be. But they're different in, like, I wasn't sure how I was gonna be able to frame it in a way that makes it obvious or makes it clear that those are still sort of two different things, because there's like different emotional value, right? Like for example, I have been thinking about buying myself the pop figurines of Colin and Penelope, which are very unnecessary too, but I feel like those are things that even, like, I've been obsessed with Bridgerton.
Farmer Sabine just donated. More Kofi hype train.
Not the Fama Sabina. Yeah, but that's gonna be sort of different because I'm gonna be I'm gonna be looking at them in even like weeks and months and probably years and still kind of think back, and it's gonna be just like emotional. It has like emotional value, which I feel like the different versions of an album are the same, if that makes sense, right? But yeah, people over consuming that they over consuming shit that they won't care about in 3 weeks. Yes, yes.
Daisy just donated. Can I be in the gang too, PLS?
I cannot. Stop. Everyone's in the gang. You do not need to be donating to join. Fama Sabina, which I think I'm pretty sure was Persephone. Thank you so much for the Ko-fi support. And also Daisy, thank you so much for the Ko-fi support. Did I start a Ko-fi hype train? I think so. Gosh. Gosh, thank you. If I'm happy with Stanley Cups in 2 years, it's also fine, I guess. I think with Stanley Cups, I think the problem isn't like if you're buying a Stanley Cup, that you're still gonna be using in a while. Like that's not the problem. My problem is when people buy like 20 Stanley Cups because they're kind of trendy and they just like have them in their wardrobe, in their cupboard. Like I feel like that's weird, and I feel like there's no. Like you can't tell me that you find so much emotional enjoyment. Like I feel like that's just like a blown up out of proportion TikTok trend. Which I feel like is, by the way, is kind of over. Like I feel like the Stanley Cup trend is already over at this point. You know? Me staring at my Funko Pops of Victor and Yuri from Yoi? Buying Funko Pops of your ships is very normal and cool. I don't know where to get. I saw that Penelope is. There's actually 2 Penelopes. I saw.
Colin Bridgerton just donated. Let the lady say whatever she feels is necessary.
Wait, who was that? Who was that? Oh, Yuri is Yuri on Ice. Okay, wait, I don't even have my Ko-fi like as a link here anymore because I just... What? I'm like not even logged in, I don't think. Can I log in? How do I log in with Twitch? No. Log in with... Google? Oh, yeah.
Penelope Bridgerton just
Hello!
donated. Yes, exactly what my husband said.
I cannot. Wait, was that? Oh my god. So that was Lena and Paulina again being like working together. Thank you both. I appreciate it. Oh my god. Thank you. I've enjoyed our chat so much today, but it's time for me to take my mental health walk outside. I will catch up with you guys later. Love you all. Kat, thank you so much for hanging out. I appreciate it. Enjoy your walk. Yeah, so I saw Penelope is like on sale on Amazon, but Amazon isn't the greatest site to purchase from. And then I don't think Colin is available right now, but every site that Colin is on, Penelope isn't. It's a mess. But like I've been thinking about it for like a year now, I feel like. Also, same thing, I've been thinking about purchasing the like Bridgerton books. Even though they're like not that great, but they just like started releasing a new collection, deluxe collection or something that looks very pretty, especially if you've got all of the books at some point. But if you want to purchase all of them, then it's gonna be like $200 or $300, and I just feel like that's kind of stupid, because I'm just not gonna, you know. Deluxe Collector's Edition. Maybe I can show this to you. Without doxing myself would be great. Can I show this to you like that? I don't even have... Just get the pollen one. But then it's gonna be lonely. Okay, hold on. I need to maybe go over here. Just briefly. And then I think the wheel. Yeah. Okay, I can show it to you like this. So this is the collection, sort of. And then the like Penelope and Colin book is actually green. And yeah, I don't know. It's gonna look very pretty once you put them all like next to each other. Because also the edges kind of align. And apparently this is like the first, this is the first book cover that Julia Quinn is actually like involved in. Which I found is very interesting. They're so pretty, right? Yeah, it's green. It's like meant to be. It's meant to be. Oh wait, here's a better one. Here's a better one that I can show you. This is all of them. A stunning set of collectible hardcovers, each with beautiful end papers and much more. Yeah, so this one is green. Look how pretty. And then apparently the last two are not even released just yet. And then this is what they look like if they're put together. Yeah, it's really cute. I can't lie. I like that. I've been thinking about it. But also, they're like almost 30 bucks. Yeah, right. Number 5 is so pretty. Number 5 is Eloise. You like Eloise a lot, right? Yeah. Oh my god, Eloise is your spirit animal with the drinky drink. And it's like Persephone color. Yeah, I'm excited for Eloise's season, by the way. Anyway, okay. Enough Bridgerton. Sorry. Thank you so much, everyone, for the Ko-fi's. The coffee Ko-fi's. Ko-fi coffees. A local board game shop will probably have Funkos. Yeah, at Gamescom they had a bunch too. Like there were so many stalls with like Funko Pops, but none of them had Bridgerton, of course. All the ones here seem to they would probably also hold stock or order in for you.
Benedict Bridgerton just donated. This room is exceptionally well lit. Have you noticed, Cole? The twinkle of the candles. It's as if we sit among the stars.
Oh my god, I love that so much. Oh my god, Paulina, thank you. That was great. Oh, do you see that? Oh, that was fantastic. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I once paid like $300 for an Animal Crossing merchandise. I guess the book will be fine. Yeah.
Is exceptionally well lit.
We sit among the stars.
What is wrong with you?
Benedict, dear.
Great stuff. Great stuff. Persephone, thank you so much for the 420 bits. I cannot. Ah. Great gifts for birthdays and Christmas. Oh, from family and friends. Ooh, wait, that's true. That's true. I think my mom would love to get me something like physical. Because a lot of times I'll just be like, I don't know, like maybe money or whatever. She would love if I actually got to tell her like, okay, I actually have this that I want. And then they're not all out yet, so it would be like a continuous present almost. Yeah. I'm also like, okay, sometimes I feel like, Rosie, we'll see you in a bit then also. Sometimes I feel like I'm kind of like, okay, I'm not like, no age talk, but I'm 27 now, right? And I feel like growing up, and I think a lot of people can probably, especially a lot of women can relate to this. Like we're often taught to kind of hide who we are and like hide our hobbies, hide our like soft sides, because it's often like laughed at. And I feel like when you grow up, a lot of us kind of go through these stages of like just reconnecting with your inner child, or also with like your softer side. Like there's a lot of people who, as they get older, they kind of start liking the color pink again, for example. And I actually do, I've said this before, I think like part of why I don't like pink so much is because I loved it as a child, and then I got made fun of because of it, I'm pretty sure, because I was always like the girly girl that liked pink, you know? And so I started really disliking it, and who knows, maybe I'll start liking it again. But I think similarly, like, I kind of started removing like a lot of the things I enjoyed from like my room and my outer appearance and everything. And I feel like I'm slowly but surely starting to get back to that. Like I was thinking about, you know, those meme shirts that exist with like when there's like multiple pictures of one character, or like one character from a show, or also like a celebrity on it. And those meme shirts like exist from so many different people. I've been thinking about getting a shirt like that for Colin. Kat is thinking about getting one for Conrad, which I think I would also be getting. And then I was thinking of buying like Funko Pops and just displaying them, and having like Animal Crossing stuff, and just like getting colorful Bridgerton books to just display on your shelf and just kind of look at and smile. And I feel like, I don't know, there's something like really... there's something kind of nice about that. You know? Sometimes maybe getting rid of a little bit of the beige here and there. I don't really have like a lot of shelves to put stuff on. I have that one. And then I have the sideboard, but that's really it. Which is a bit sad. I feel like I need more shelf space, but I don't really have more room space. My family gifted me the whole Pretty Jane Austen books. Nice. Yeah, it's, again, I feel like this is a very fine line for like, you know, spending money on things that you enjoy, that bring you joy, and that make you smile and make you kind of be able to escape real life here and there, because let's face it, we all kind of need to do that. And like overconsumption. Like I think there's a really fine line for that one. Because I like hobbies and cute things as much as the next person, but there's like a sort of, yeah, it's just like a point where it like tips over, and it's kind of hard to, yeah. Maybe I should watch Bridgerton and come back later. Actually, that alert reminded me. I kind of like, you know, having like parts of things that I enjoy, or like parts of my personality included. But on that same topic, I feel like one of the reasons where you can see that I kind of maybe like shouldn't see streaming as much as a job is that I've been wanting to redo my alerts for like 700 years now, and I keep like procrastinating it. And then I have all these plans for the different sub alerts and different badges and different anything, and I just always like pushed it away from me. It's just like a random thought that I'm 27 years old. I have no money, no prospects. I'm already burdened to my parents. I'm frightened. Yeah. Yeah, I would be a whole spinster for sure. I have my spinster stamp. I have no money, no prospects, burden to my parents. I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, an adult woman in her pink era as a woman who's healing. Yeah. Growing back into yourself is so beautiful. The joy of rediscovering my teenage interest is so real. I refuse to let being an adult get in the way of having fun. Yeah, I also found it, I had this conversation with Kat too, because I found it really interesting, because when I was a kid, I played like Animal Crossing Wild World on my Nintendo DS Lite. I don't know how old I was, but I must have been like, I don't even know if I was 10. Because Wild World came out in like, what was it, 2005, 2006 or something? And so I was like a child, and I was playing video games, and I played like Mario Kart, I played Super Mario Bros, and my sister and I had a Nintendo Wii. And then I think I kind of ventured into like being obsessed with the different TV shows. I was obsessed with Vampire Diaries. Oh. Okay, it's buffering for me again. Is it? Oh, I think maybe it's back again. Okay, it was like buffering for me for a little bit, or like I had frame drops, I don't know. 2005, okay. Yeah, so I must have gotten it, I don't know, maybe like a year later. It might have been released in Germany like a year later, maybe 2 years later was the time I got it. And then I got into TV shows. And then I think in my like younger adult kind of like pick me years, I kind of pushed all that away. And then now I'm like finding my way back to video games and also to like being obsessed with TV shows and fictional characters, which I just do find a lot of like inexplicable joy from or in. And I find it so interesting that like the things you do as a kid / teenager are actually very like forming even like later on. You know? I got an email from PayPal to validate that it was me that repeatedly sent $3 and cry laughing. Yes, that was me. Books always get a pass. We should cherish books. Yeah. You know what I also thought about? So Kat, because you know, we always like influence each other because we always go through like a crisis and kind of then talk to the other person, and then we kind of make the other person go through the same crisis too. So we both kind of had this chat about like different hobbies, and Kat has like started, what is it? Is it annotating books? Is that how it's said in English? But basically having a physical book and then like writing in it, like marking like different phrases, kind of underlining certain different phrases, kind of doodling it and all that stuff. She's been taking that up the past couple of days. She already also like went all in when all my hobbies are kind of just chilling here. And in the same line, sometimes people do these like actual different like covers for books. Like they literally will do like a book binding sort of. And I was thinking, I would sort of love to do something like that for like some of my favorite fan fictions, but I wouldn't even know where to start. But like actually getting like a fan fiction like printed and just doing small little books so that I can always return to them, sort of. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, writing by real humans should be cherished, I think. Let me have my fictional boyfriends. Yeah. Just noticing the last song was from Baldur's Gate 3 and 2 buffering was only for a second. Okay. Weird. Yeah, but it did test me today, didn't it? Please do not talk about bookbinding. I'm trying so hard not to fall into that particular hole. Oh wait, also, Chrissy said something a while ago, I think, because of the solo D&Ding. And I read it out of the corner of my eye. Then I feel like the Ko-fi stuff happened. And I was like, I'll read it in a second. Did I scroll too far past it now? Oh no. Oh no, wait, there it is. Also, wait, Tanuki said something else. I went on a camping trip and I wanted a big orange mug and I found one from the brand Camelback and I bought it because it's pretty and it reminds me of the trip and because it's not Stanley. There we go. Oh yeah, since I started my solo D&D campaign, I also researched a lot more about it and saw that they're a guide and adventure book specifically for solo play. And I'm tempted to buy one. There we go. There we go. Would it scratch the same itch to download fanfics and annotate them on a tablet so you wouldn't have to print it? Yeah, maybe. I just should, because I know that sometimes people in like comments for fanfictions are really nasty. And so it's happened that people have actually taken their fanfictions offline, which is absolutely their right to do. But I should genuinely just save them regardless, like download them regardless, and then at least have like have them like as a digital file. Even on my e-reader I could put them. But yeah, the printing might take it. Like I should try my scrapbooking first. And then we can think about anything else. Bookbinding is fun. I went to a bookbinding class years ago. 100% recommend. Sorry, this is not what you need to hear. Oh my god. There's so many things I'd love to like try or be good at. But yeah, it's like some hobbies I would just like to try once, like bookbinding. I'd love to do like pottery, but just like try it. And then some things I would love to be good at. Like as I was watching a bunch of Silk Song playthrough, there's like a beautiful soundtrack and there's a lot of like cello and violin sort of music. And so once again, I was like, I'd love to be able to play those instruments well. Or I'd love to be able to draw really well. This is a bit weird. These are like very big, like not really curly, just pieces of hair. I'm the do not annotate my books kind of girly. My books are just clean, no broken spines and all. Yeah, you know what? I think both are really valid. I always used to be a like clean books, no broken spines and everything. That used to definitely be me. But I definitely see like the appeal of annotating books too, especially if like I look at like if you search up that on Pinterest and you just see like really nice overviews and kind of seeing like little hearts around like specific names or something, I feel like that can also be quite joyful. But I definitely 100% understand both sides. Also highly recommend pottery. It's so satisfying just to make something. What haven't you done? I feel like you've done so many things, which is good because then you're not gonna have any regrets like ever. Really good. Thank you all for welcoming me so kindly. I'll be lurking now and be quiet. Aw, thank you for hanging out, Tanuki, and for hopping in. Thomas even has the Hornet badge. Kind of want that too. Can you still get it? You have to gift like a sub somewhere, right? Where people are like playing. By subscribing to a streamer in the Hollow Knight Silk Song category during game launch week. Can I still get it now? I kind of want it. I annotate for the books that I read for work. Tried it once with a book for fun. Did not like it, but it's valid though. Yeah, exactly. I'm just old. You're not that old. Ka-ching! Could be just too late, but not sure. Didn't it release on the 4th? I think 4th of September. If it's the launch week, then I think maybe it should be fine. I might try it later. Thomas, welcome on in. It looks so cute. It looks so cute. And also Daisy, thank you so much for the 100 bits. We yapped for way longer than I thought we were. I wanted to try and like really keep it very like the general announcement, keep it very like short and sweet so I could like reference it later on, but this conversation has been I was such a mess all across. And then now a lot of like different conversations have happened, which I really enjoyed. But so I feel like we're probably not gonna head into any games today. And maybe I'll just be like a yapping streamer. My one thing, so like I said, I'd love to do the peak stream with the mods. We're gonna plan for that one with like a specific date and stuff. Apart from that, I'm just gonna take it spontaneously from now on. One thing that I'm kind of a little bit unsure about is like the community island is Tooth. Because obviously that island is now kind of on my Switch too. I don't really think that I want to build that one 100% just by myself because that would feel like kind of weird. You know, if I'm generally taking a bit of a break and a step back from content, then I might not really need the space for a new island. So I don't really know. But yeah, hopefully we're still gonna return to it here and there. I need to have one as well the minute I saw it. Yeah. I don't know if it's specific to Glasgow, but it is an excellent city for just finding something to do. Edinburgh is also pretty good, but I did so much creative stuff in Glasgow. I imagine lots of cities are the same there. Will be classes and fun stuff going on. Yeah, I need to just need to seek it out, you know? I need to seek it out. I need to look for those things. But some of them are not I mean, playing the violin or cello isn't something you can try just doing once and then move on, unfortunately. Yeah. You know what? My first impression, my first Glasgow impression, I must say, has not been the best though. I've heard Edinburgh is really pretty and generally Scotland and nature is incredibly pretty, but Glasgow? I helped run the Glasgow Queercraft Club, which is so fun. Nice. I need to check what sort of things are happening in the city that I live in. Also, by the way, it is 8:30 and it is pretty much entirely dark. The days are definitely getting shorter again. I'm gonna snooze this ad. I feel like I'm not gonna be on for much longer, maybe. You can still play Animal Crossing on your own time. It doesn't have to be for content. True. Yeah, I think it depends on, I don't know how much inspiration I'll have for it, you know? But I feel also every time I play Stardew Valley, it really consumes me. So maybe once this perfection run is over, then I will get back to it. I also really want to 100% Stardew Valley on Steam, which is really hard to do. I might have to have kids this time around. And then I have to do a JoJo run. I think Glasgow's beautiful, but I'm very biased. Did you just call Glasgow ugly? Listen. It had a couple of charming aspects to it. But it wasn't as enchanting as I hoped it might be. Not to say that German cities are prettier, not at all. But it was a tad, and there were a lot of birds, and a lot of dirt poop, you know? Notice that as well. I love the long days, but also think it's more cozier in the dark with some small lights and a blanket. Yeah, and I love, so apparently today was pretty warm actually, which is kind of disgusting. But I also love the thought of just heading into fall. The very short days of winter are obviously kind of tough, but just generally the fall, the colder months, all that stuff, I'm excited for. I'm excited. Having kids in Stardew is much nicer than the fucking Journey of the Prairie King bullshit achievements. I am terrified of those. I feel like I'm not going to be able to do that, maybe. I don't know what else I'm missing, actually. What else am I missing? Oh my god, I don't even have Stardew Valley installed on my PC right now. Oh wait, I remember. Yeah. So I've got a couple of really annoying ones. I've got complete 40 help wanted requests. I hate those. Ship 15 of each crop. Read every book. Help your forest neighbors grow their family. That one I also find kind of annoying because it's really long. You know? Yeah, get married and have 2 kids. I feel like I'm gonna do that this time around. Obtain the most powerful weapon. I'm gonna have to look up how to do that, but I mean, I might be able to, I don't know. But become a Joja co-member and purchase all the community development perks. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do a Joja run. You know? Which also I kept being like, you know, we might do that on stream. I might just do that, period, whatever. And then who knows, at some point I might just talk about it on stream. Maybe here and there I I don't know, maybe I'll start doing like YouTube reels, not YouTube reels, Instagram reels or TikToks or something. Because like also I feel like that maybe I didn't mention that earlier, but I think, you know, Twitch growth is really hard and it's been really downhill for me recently, which I know you all can see the viewership number, so this is not a secret. But I feel like in order to really grow or maintain your viewers these days on Twitch, you have to also like post short form content. But I feel like I'm just maybe not made for that hustle side of being a content creator. Like I've always really struggled with the being consistent part of it. So maybe it's just not for me, you know? At the end of the day, it's still a city. Yeah. The architectural jungle, it's very in your face, but I wouldn't say it's like pretty, it's more cool. But it's 100% friendlier than Edinburgh, so there's that. Oh, okay, I found Glasgow, or like generally Scotland. I found everyone that I met, like Scottish people, I'm assuming, like so friendly. Holy crap. I was like surprised. So I feel like maybe Edinburgh is closer to Germany then. Cause like, so, okay, I was confused, not confused. I was surprised, literally, I took the bus and when people exited the bus, they literally thanked the driver. And my German ass was like, what? That's so cute. So I also said thank you, of course. I also felt really stupid in Scotland because of my more American leaning accent. I was always like, I kept wanting to be like, I promise I'm not from the United States. But I felt very stupid next to like the Scottish or like British accent sometimes. British just like on the train. That was funny. But yeah, I felt everyone was like really friendly. So maybe Edinburgh is more like Germany in terms of the friendliness. There's 2 achievements related to that minigame and I got them both in one go and it took me 3 days. Yeah, there's one achievement that's hidden. Is that the, what's it called? The jump and run. It's not Journey of the Prairie. It's Junimo Car. Is it Junimo Car? Do I have to complete Junimo? I am gonna cry. I think we sometimes do that as well, or like a general goodbye to the bus driver. Yeah, I've never seen any of that in Germany. Everyone just exits and whatever. It's also fitting that you announce everything today. Today is a blood moon eclipse, a time for endings, transformations, and rebirth. Oh. And no sleep for me, apparently. Oh no, Ink. I think the weapon achievement is the Infinity Blade. Okay. Luckily, there's no Junimo card achievement. Oh, okay. If there was, I would have given up in my endeavor. Wait, what is that last one then? It must be something related to the Prairie King too, because all the others I see, and there's one hidden. Okay, we'll see. Okay, I don't know how to end the stream now. This is weird. What are y'all playing at the minute? Actually would like to hear that. Has anyone played Silksong? I feel like this isn't like a Silksong community probably, but has anyone? Is that where the no sleep is coming from? Last few nights when I woke up, I either saw 3 or 4 a.m. on the clock. I also slept so horribly the last couple of days. Just press the end button. Okay, bye, end. Baldur's Gate 3, nice. Wildflowers, yes, nice. Yeah, I've just been playing Stardew Valley. I don't think I've been... Oh wait, I've actually been playing a lot of Bongo Cat, which is great. Bongo Cat is, well, Bongo Cat, essentially. It's free on Steam. And it's basically just a little Bongo Cat will like sit on your taskbar, and every time you click or hit like a key, it'll do like the little bongo taps. And every, I don't even know, half an hour or something, or like sometimes you get little boxes that you can trade like 1,000 tippy taps in for, and then you get different like hats or different like skins. It's really cute. It's adorable. And you can set it up so that it just automatically starts when you start your PC. And so I've just always, actually I forgot it today, but so I always have like Bongo Cat just like sitting there. And you can even turn on like controller support so that now, even if I'm playing Stardew Valley, the Bongo Cat is like tippity tapping, which is great. I play the Forbidden F game. Working on my new Animal Crossing island. Nice. I'm planning to play both Hollow Knight and the successor. Still way too obsessed with Palia and recently restarted GTA 3 again. Nice. Yeah, I want to... So I actually purchased Hollow Knight, but on Switch, which I kind of regret now maybe. But I want to... I tried it, but for some reason I couldn't get into it. But watching Silk Song, it should be right up my alley. So I want to get back into it. I want to try Hollow Knight again, and then I definitely want to play Silk Song. House Cat invited me to play Bongo Cat with her, but I think that was on accident. Yeah, it was, but you could have joined for sure. Yeah, because there's like a Bongo Cat multiplayer. So you can actually have like multiple cats just sitting next to each other. It's so cute. The Coral Island chokehold is over. I got bored. Oh my god, good thing. Okay, I'm gonna run the ad now because it's not letting me snooze anymore. No, good thing Bambi isn't here. It's over? Oh my god, you were actually playing so much though. Did you like did you complete it? Did you get everything? Did you? Can I see your achievements in Coral Island? 18 of 51. Stephanie, could have done it a little bit better. Says me with like, I don't even know. 1. I feel like I got 1. Yeah, I literally have 1 achievement. Oh, holy crap. Okay, never mind. I'm obsessed with Tiny Bookshop. Nice. I'd love that on my work computer. I don't think a Steam install would go unnoticed. Ah. Wait, why is that playing the same song again? I'm playing Tetris on my Game Boy Pocket and that's it. I have such a game fatigue right now. Perfectly valid. Perfectly valid. Now I'm playing Assassin's Creed Mirage. I hope you're enjoying that though, at least. Next month I have some horror games on my list. I still have to complete like Soma. Okay. Even I have more achievements in Coral Island and less playtime. Sounds like a skill issue. Oh, burn. You know what? I actually have like 12 and a half hours already. I've only got 1 achievement. I feel like that's not the greatest, is it? Is it? Tiny Bookshop is next on my list. It looks so cute. Yeah, Tiny Bookshop is on my list too. I actually already purchased it, but I haven't checked it out yet. But Tiny Bookshop, I really want to check out Discounty. And Is the Sea Taken? I also got a key for Projected Dreams, which I wanted to check out. Yeah, I got a key for Discounty also. And then I feel like I still got a couple of other games that I got and then never played. Cardo, Boxville, Assemble with Care. I think Beacon Pines, Bambi gifted to me at some point. I still haven't checked that one out yet either. I bought Stray, and I don't think my old PC was able to handle it all that well, but so I wanted to try it here again. Although I don't know if I love playing Stray, but I just loved watching it. So I kind of want to give it a go. Oh, Out and About also. Out and About, I backed on Kickstarter, so I've got a key for the early access. Haven't tried it yet either. And I feel like, you know, recently I've been getting more into Steam games, but like previously I don't even have that many in my backlog, or at least I thought so, but apparently I kind of do now. Cardo is the best. I love it. I'm hoping that because I've got my gaming laptop now, I'm gonna play them a little bit more. Because, you know, I can play them just like on the sofa. But like I said, Stardew Valley just once again has an like absolute control over me. So we'll see. Aloof, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome on in. Odyssey is just enormous. So much to do. Not the best thing to have played, being a completionist and wanting to do everything. Played for hours and it still only scratched the surface of the game. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah, I think the AAA titles are kind of hard for that because a lot of times they're like giant games with so many things to like collect and complete and stuff. Yeah. Nowhere near finish or anything. I just got bored. I came across a few bugs that made a lot of in-game effort wasted, and that put a bit of a dampener on it, and then I unlocked another area and I just couldn't be bothered anymore. Oh, okay. Dang. But you did get like a good couple of hours out of it, right? So I hope it's not like completely like missed. Yeah. I get that though. I feel like especially like bugs that kind of yeah, set you back and like destroy some progress that you've made. Those are tough. Those are tough. They did just do like the update, so I'm hoping they're gonna like fix a bunch of the bugs. Boxville is cute. I played the Odd Puzzle style game with my partner and we started that one the other week. Nice. Didn't they come out with a second one? Also, I think a second Boxville was like announced or like released or something. Question for the Hive Mind. In Baldur's Gate 3, I'm currently playing a half elf rogue man, and I need to choose my romance option. Do I romance the autistic wizard, also a man, the sassy vampire, also a man, or the hot muscle mommy? Half elf rogue. Okay, wait, what's the like personality of him? Because so the autistic wizard man, sassy vampire man, or hot muscle mommy? What's like the vibe of the half elf rogue? I'm stuck in Hello Kitty, but I want to play it. Is it Hello Kitty like Island Adventures? Is that the one? Out and about looked cute. A friend I mod for played it. Lots of stuff about plants in it. Yeah, it's like apparently, I just remember this from the Kickstarter, but it's apparently all like real life plants, and you like explore and like learn about them, and then I think maybe can you cook with them or something too. Hasn't even played Whisper of the House. I played the demo, and thought it was like, it was kind of cute. I don't know if I'd get bored with it, honestly. If you like I don't know if they still have the demo up. If you liked unpacking though, it has like a very similar vibe, I would say. Oh, they do not have the demo anymore. Okay, they don't have the demo anymore. Maybe you can find like just some gameplay just to kind of check out like the start of it, or maybe you already have. But yeah, if you liked unpacking, I would say that might be nice. Like you unpack boxes. I think you do a bit of cleaning up, and then I think you decorate like different rooms for like different people that are moving, right? Whisper of the House is a cozy game about organizing and decorating. You'll take on various tasks from the townspeople, helping them move, organize, and clean their spaces. And in the process, your gentle touch might make a difference in their lives and perhaps uncover some hidden stories. Okay. I don't feel bad about buying it or anything, and the devs were super responsive with bugs and such. I just realized I was bored and wanted something story-rich. Okay, fair. I've been kind of thinking about replaying Cult of the Lamb. Oh, nice. I did like unpacking, so I'll have a look for some gameplay. Yes. Yeah. I remember, I think like they had, which I thought was cute, all the different, wow, okay, from the trailer, looks like there is a bunch of stuff in there that obviously wasn't in the demo. Like a lot of customization options too. But what I liked is like each of the items you placed, I think had like a little snippet saying something about them, which I thought was cute. He's a little bitch and steals everything that's not tied down. So, Persephone. I'm joking. The amount of times I've walked past Pam being gone and the little sign standing there, and I just heard Persephone whispering in my ear, being like, take it, take the sign. Also tells everyone to off themselves when the option is given. Oh, okay. Then I would say maybe the sassy vampire. I feel like maybe he needs like a sassy counterpart. Or hot muscle mommy to keep him in check. Also true. Yeah. Something like, yeah. Tell him about the free lamps in Stardew. Yeah. Free lamps and free signs. I can't. I cannot. Recently updated. Oh, that's an interesting category too. All right. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like maybe I said everything I wanted to say today and in general. Yeah, thank you for the input. I will pick whoever wants to bang him first. Sounds great. Thank you for hanging out, Thomas. No worries. Yeah, but I feel like I probably mentioned I probably mentioned most of what I wanted to say, I think.
What is just popped up? Yeah, Sparks by Hype. Your wisdom for today, if it's not nailed down, it's free. For legal reasons this is a joke. Thank you for all the many hours of cozy time and games and chats and everything.
Thank you for the tier 3 resub for 56 months, Persephone, and for, you know, being on and all this stuff. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah, no, but I think I probably said mostly everything I wanted to say, even if it was a bit discombobulated. And it was kind of a mess and I didn't really have a structure to my thoughts. I hope it all like still came across. Yeah, so brief summary, I basically will not have a schedule going forward. So I'm not going to say I'll be here next Sunday. I'm just going to be here whenever I am. I might post about it on Discord, but I might also just like go live at some point if there's something I specifically want to stream or play or talk about. But there also might not be a stream from me in like a while, so we'll see. As for YouTube, I don't really know. I feel like it depends on a couple of factors of like how this is all going to feel and like play out. I might take a break from like the main channel videos, the more like edited stuff, and I might do like a long play. So I just play and sit down and take my own time to like play Animal Crossing, and then, you know. That being said, obviously I do not expect anyone to subscribe because, you know, streams are going to be very few and not very regular and all that stuff. I know that some people have like subscribed in advance, which I do apologize for not really delivering any type of content. I hope you're not going to be too mad at me. Ooh woo. But yeah, I don't know. I guess that's kind of the Twitch risk or something. I don't know. But yeah, thank you so much everyone also for the support today. That Ko-fi hype train-ish sort of thing that happened. I'm confused. Good luck with all your hobbies. Thank you. I will report whenever it is. And also, you know what? We might be more active on Discord. I actually wouldn't mind that. I feel like that would be very cute. Yeah. We can also maybe have a think about if like the hobbies, I think the games channel is obviously that like different topic thread. If we do something like that for hobbies, or if that's kind of weird, if that's not really engaging enough or anything. I mean, maybe people are also just gonna be like happy to not keep up with another Discord or something and whatever, which is also fine. But yeah, thank you all so much for hanging out today. Thank you for... I also had an idea I wanted to mention with that. Oh yeah, please do. Please do. Feel free to message me. Thank you for being so open and vulnerable with us. No, thank you for like allowing me to be so vulnerable. I feel like over the years, you know, I'm still really happy I started all of this and I went on this journey, and I feel like I've like gotten to know so many awesome people through it, and I feel like over this time I got really comfortable, and I feel like I can share things like that without being like judged, and my voice is completely leaving and now I'm like starting to cry. No, without being judged and without anyone like being mean about it. So thank you for being so open as well. I hope you can sort it out and live your life to the fullest. That is so nice. Thank you. Oh gosh, you guys are so nice. See, this is why I don't want to say I'm stopping, because I feel like it's going to be nice to check in, even if just for like a chatty stream like this every once in a while. And then, yeah, we're going to take the expectations away. Hopefully. I'm going to tell my brain to do that, and then hopefully it's going to work. Oh gosh, I'm happy you're taking steps to look after yourself and your energy. So proud of you for taking this step. I hope all the new hobbies you've been looking at bring you lots of fun and joy, and you can enjoy some creative energy just for yourself. I hope you have a really cozy rest of your Sunday and the week ahead. Yeah, I've got a dentist appointment tomorrow, so I'm not looking forward to that, but whatever, has to be done. And then hopefully at some point I will finally have my fake tooth. Great. I'll probably go and play some Stardew now. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm probably gonna eat something and play some Stardew, and yeah, schmexpectation. Yeah. Just impulse bought is the seat taken. Maybe it'll get me out of my slump. Have fun. I've heard really good things about it. It's nice because it gives you, it like specifically guides you through, right? It gives you little puzzles. It doesn't require too much like you finding your own things to do, which I think is good for getting out of a slump. Okay, thank you all so much for being here today, for listening to me yap, for yapping with me, for being so welcoming, for all the support today too. Yeah, I don't know, it's really very appreciated. I'm not disappearing completely, but I might be here a little bit less. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Thank you for the last like 4.5 years of letting me be on this platform. That's kind of a very long time, so thank you. Returning to the book boyfriend sounds good. All right, yeah, enjoy the rest of your Sunday too, and I will maybe see you soon, hopefully, maybe just in written form or something. And I hope you have a good start to your week tomorrow as well, and yeah, we'll hear from each other. It'll be fine. All right. Thank you so much. And as usual, we're on the ending screen here, and I'll just, yeah, once again say thank you and enjoy any games and any hobbies that you do. And I'm going to be trying out all the tips, and I'm going to do my best to try and crochet and print out pictures for my scrapbook. Okay. Anyway, that's enough yapping. All right. Thank you all so much. And yeah. I don't know how to say goodbye. I've never been good at that. All right. Thank you all for hanging out, and I'll talk to you at some point, I'm sure. Bye-bye.